Hello, besties. We are here live. We're coming to you with the Osas Season 3 finale. I'm Kat Kupo, and with me is Izanagi.
Hello, good to see you guys again, and hopefully you joined us last week for the last qualifier of OSAS, but we've got an interesting lineup coming up today, so what do you think of it, Kat Koopa?
I think today is going to be really, really exciting. If anyone doesn't know what's happening today with this format, we have, I believe it is 5 pools. Is that correct? No, sorry, it's
I believe it's 5 pools, yes.
we have
6 pools.
we have 4 pools. We have 4 pools of 6 each.
4 pools of 6 each,
Four
that's the...
pools of 6 each. And in each of those pools is going to do a round robin here. The top 2 placers in each group will make it to the next day of the OSAS finale, and that means we are losing 2/3 of our teams today.
Oh, 2/3 of our team's going away today. What a scary concept, but if there's anybody who could make these games exciting, it's the teams that we have lined up. I am more than happy to see a lot of these familiar faces coming back in this finale, and just I've seen how they performed, and I'm very, very excited to see how they perform now with the best of the best.
Yeah, and speaking of the best, today we already know our first round matchup. It's on the bottom of your screen. We are going to see Chikara Enters versus Puck Go In. These are teams from Group B, and I'm really excited to watch this match occur. I'm really really excited because I know I know one of the players on Chikara Enters because I love her very much. Selena is playing today, an old teammate of mine. She's subbing in for them, and I'm wondering exactly how their team is going to work together with her as a sub. On the other hand, I believe Puck Go In only have 3 players in general, so no subs over there, but will that increased team cohesion come into play?
We will very much have to see, because I think having a bigger roster is okay, but knowing your teammates a little better and being the only group that you've played with, sometimes you can get some issues with team cohesion, like you mentioned. But I, I mean, it'll all boil down to who can hit the core into the net the best.
Who can make Puck Go In? Oh my gosh, we are waiting here for teams to get into the lobby, but we will go over some other stuff right now while we're still waiting. I believe today we have the same map pool available as or Jubu Cup. I'm not quite certain. Our map pool today is Atlas Lab, Night Market, Otten City, Amy's App, Clarion Test Chamber, Demon Days, and the new one, Taiko Temple.
I've actually not gotten to play on the new map here within the past few weeks or so since it's been out. Is there really any gameplay mechanics or gimmicks that you really enjoy, dislike, or anything about the new map?
I I'm not a big fan of the how do I say of the the barriers on Taiko Temple.
Ah,
The bases are really interesting, but it's the same problem that I really had with the oh my goodness, the Obscura barriers, and that
oh my
they're
god.
taller than they are wide, it feels like. So it's a little bit tough to really cover them from all angles. It's really hard work as a goalie. You can there's even a small spot between them that you can get double barriered on, though it's harder to get double barriered on that one. And the drums on the sides, they take a little while to get used to. They boost the speed of the core quite a bit, but uh, it's not a bad map. I don't think it's that bad. I'm not a big fan of the central thing with the drums in it. I keep just saying I'm not a big fan of it, don't I? I I'm an outlier here. I'm an Inkies enjoyer. I'm a Demon Days liker. I'm a
Oh my
Clarion person. So
gosh.
maybe I'm not the best best person to be asking here. Uh,
Those are probably in order, apart from Demon Dives. I actually like Demon Dives myself, but those are probably in order some of my least favorite maps to play on.
so sometimes you just pick a map that your opponents don't like. You get through the pick ban, and you're like, oh, this one's my specialty. Nobody has enough practice on this one because they don't like it. And sometimes you just go to Atlas Lab.
Atlas Lab just feels, I don't know, it's such a generic game plan every map. It's like hit it into the top corner, try to sink it back behind the barrier where the goalie can't save it, and it's just, it feels so default a lot of the time. Like there's
It's
multiple ways to attack it, but it's just, it feels so default.
it's default, but the black hole still gives you quite a lot to play with there, and there's a lot of fun. Uh, it's we had a team in this lobby. Where did they go?
Uh-oh.
Atlas Lab is what I can say for Atlas Lab is it's not Night Market and it's not Oni's Village. It doesn't.
Oh my gosh. Oni
I
Village.
I I like playing goalies that do more than protect one barrier personally. But Oni Village sure is the place to just sit in front of your barrier and sit there forever, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Feels like the worst part about Oni Village is that you do have to have a more traditional scorer who can just shove it past, and then a midfielder who can assist with that. But it's just with the range and the openness of the map, the scorer player kind of gets a little bit, you know.
oh. We have a little bit of a change here, it looks like. Unfortunately, Puck Going doesn't look like they're able to compete at the moment. So we are going to switch over to Asher's Big Barriers versus another Chikara team, Chikara Ishizu. Ichizu? Ichizu is probably right.
Yeah.
So we have an interesting group here. I'm not quite sure who's going to pop in. Both these teams have a sub, at least on their rosters. So once we see them pop into the lobby, we'll actually know who's playing. I do recognize a couple of these names as well. Do you recognize any of these names, Izanagi?
I see a few familiar faces, but then again, I've been along for the ride for a lot of these players, so I do recognize Naji, and then I recognize a few names on these teams, but it's been a little bit. I've slept since then. We've had a few tourneys since then.
Well, so we are heading over to Group B. These teams are West and East, so we will be using central servers. These are the Seed 3 and Seed 4 teams in Group B. So this is a really big game for both of them. This looks winnable from either direction, and they need it if they want to put in that work and make it to one of those top two spots.
Well, and that's just kind of how the nature of Osas is. You got to punch your ticket over and over again. It's not just about making it to the finale. You've got to make it through the groups as well. So I'm very excited for the games today, especially with how intense the games leading up to the finale were.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens today. This is going to be a pretty bloody day. Again, 2/3 of the teams are going to be out of the tournament at the end of the day. That's not the worst proportion, I don't think, in any OSAS day, but that's pretty tough. That's a pretty rough gauntlet to go through, but, these teams have already been through it. Some of them have been here playing for 5 weeks of Osas Season 3, and some of them have been playing in previous Osases too. And this is their moment on the stage to really put up a performance and make a name for themselves here.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's most of what this is it's a journey of growth, and I've seen a lot of these players where the tournament looked a little rough occasionally, but they pushed through. They made it to where they are now, and it's been a journey. Like I said, it's been wonderful watching them all grow. But now we're actually getting a few more players into the game, and I'm recognizing more and more names here. Hansum, Naji, Nam, all three put on very stellar performance back in, I believe it was Osas week 5? Am I saying that? I don't know.
Week 4 or 5, it was one of them. Week 4.
Okay.
You know, that makes sense. I'm not 100% certain here, but I believe the seeding is the week that they qualified in generally.
Ah, okay.
Less chances makes a higher seed. So, you know, sometimes some of these later teams can actually be stronger. Maybe the extra weeks of practice can really sharpen you up, really get you a lot of that experience that you may have been lacking.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm recognizing a few more names here. It's been a little bit, but I do know the people that we are playing with.
I recognize one of these names now too, because they are another friend of mine. But ooh, I'm recognizing that now too. Our map has changed. It looks like we might be heading to the Clarion test chamber, Izanagi. Do you know the names of the transformations? Pop quiz.
Oh no. I know the characters are centered around, but I don't know the name. Oh god.
It's okay. Most of them, they all start with Project.
Okay.
You got Project Base Drop with the bumpers, Project Expanse with the Atlas Expanse in the middle, Project Maelstrom gives you that giant size buff, sort of like Era, Project Obscura has the purple poison, and Project Xeno has Drakar's invincibility on the map.
By and large, Project Obscura is probably my favorite because it's toxic to do, but if you get somebody staggered in the Obscura pools, you can just leave them there. You don't even have to KO them. It's very toxic to do, but it's it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've seen some teams use light hits to keep tapping someone right back into the poison. Don't let them step on out of there. And, you know, that might be worse than getting killed, at least on characters without a dash. But we are actually loading into the game right now, Izanagi. And yes, it is Clarion Test Chamber.
One of the few Mario Party maps that I actually kind of enjoy. I like the map variations. It changes up the gameplay quite a bit.
I know which player this is. It looks like we are hovering over the Estelle band immediately here on the side of Asher's Big Barriers. Amy is the other band, and you know what? I think that's probably correct. Draco Cat is known as a really good Amy, and her other characters have not been quite performing up to that caliber, but we will see, and we have Mako already in this first game.
Probably Mako goalie, honestly. I think as a character, she kind of performs the best in the forward and goalie roles, which is an interesting combination for sure. Mostly, characters kind of stick to one role or another, but Mako is kind of diverse in that she usually has played forward and goalie, but Naji on the Mako goalie and Super Surge and Hot Shot are our starts.
We have triple Super Surge over on the side of Chikara Ishizu. 2 Hot Shots instead on Asher's Big Barriers. And I was looking at the Awakenings and missed a barrier going down for both teams, but that's okay, it's pretty even, except Injecto's health appears to be quite low.
Injecto's health is a little low looking, but the stagger bars are kind of starting to even out a bit more, and Injecto putting that super surge to work here.
Oh. Both teams with this Super Surge Zentaro. Injecto actually opting for slick kicks over the Siphoning Wand. Nom Nom gets the buff from the center, but can't get it past this Atlas goalie. I believe that was a symbiotic sweater, but I could be wrong. Dono Wall is the wall in there. Hasn't let anything in here in quite a while. Nom Nom is kind of uncontested on the center, gets that buff, but can't get it past Dono Wall with some great clears here.
For sure. And something that was that just barely caught my eye is Mako with her passive hit can actually hit the core at max speed in overtime. It's not something I knew about the character, but a core flip comes out from Dono Wall, saving the goal just for now.
So yeah, absolutely, Mako hitting that core really hard. That's thanks to that extra hit, but it's also thanks to the powerhouse pauldrons that Naji is rocking. Holding up really well with those. Super Surge obviously to buff up his teammates, and that core flip goes straight past Dono Wall for the first goal of the game. Chikara Ichizu up to the early lead.
Dono Wall just out of position a little bit, and Naji saw the opportunity with the core flip and hit it just barely past. But an excellent first goal for Chikara Ichizu. Let's see if the enemy team can pull back.
Yeah, Asher's Big Barrier is really doing their best here to pull it back. Draco Cat's Juno stuck in the goo, as we were talking about, but Nom Nom is not content to leave her there. Takes her off the map instead. Dono Wall can't find the clear. Nom Nom gets it into the top corner, and it's 2-0 for Chikara Ichizu really quickly.
Like I was talking about earlier, that glue is just, it's unfortunate. It's such a dominant map feature that like it just kind of can't be ignored. And it creates some interesting angles that if you try to do your standard corner clear, it's just going to bounce right back to you, or bounce right back to the scorer.
Ooh, great clears here from Dono Wall, making use of that strike shot sometimes. Injecto is low, but Dono Wall can't quite save that one. And Naji's ultimate presses the core back in. There's so much pressure here from Chikara Ichizu, and it doesn't seem like Asher's Big Barriers have been able to really put together any good offensive tries after that first barrier went down.
I'd say you're honestly pretty right, because it seems like Naji is making good use of that Mako secondary to speed up Nom Nom and Injecto and just set them in positions where they can outmaneuver the members of Asher's Big Barriers.
Ooh, but just as we're talking about it, the last barrier ends up going down for Chikara Ichizu. There is a life yet in Asher's Big Barriers, but will there be after these core flips are gone? Yes! Amazing shot there from Draco Cat, proving she is not just a one trick. Getting it off the bottom, off the top, into the goal, and Asher's Big Barriers with their first goal of the match. Beautiful
Passing play from Draco Cat to Cloberry, and really just making good use of the hotshot Juno blobs. Not enough players really know how to control the character, and it's honestly a shame because she has such a high skill ceiling.
She has a huge skill ceiling. You know what else has a huge skill ceiling? It's those Zentaro dashes when they're super long. And Nom Nom showing the Kai ain't no slouch either. That barrage lets them get the last barrier down. And we're in a familiar setup here. One barrier left for Chikara Ichizu, none for the Big Barriers. And really hoping that they can find this clear. Core flip from Draco Cat just to clear it out. Not bad. Cloberry with a back pass, but will that be a mistake? Unfortunately, Injecto is able to find Nom Nom, although we can't find them anymore. Chikara Ichizu finds the first set.
Hikari Chizu having a dominant performance, but Asher's Big Barrier is definitely not out of this. And here, looking at the draft, there's some very important items, or very important awakenings up for grabs. Perfect form on either of the Zentaros would be really good. The Twin Drive Deny from Atlas is huge. Not going to be able to defend as much, but he takes the perfect form away from Injecto.
You know what's up though? The
Ooh.
1-2 Juno. Is Draco Cat a knower? Good question here. Naji with an interesting specialized training and just a spark here for Clowberry. Opts for strength instead of cooldown. We'll see if that pays off. I'm not sure about it, but you know what? That's totally fine.
Honestly, I think out of the options that were available, I would say probably strength is the best decision out of the bunch. Ooh, bit of a misplay or a miscommunication there from Chikara Chizu.
A little bit of a miscommunication, but Asher's big barriers are capitalizing. Clowberry getting the second barrier. Draco Cat more in a supportive role from the back, but can't seem to get it back past Chikara Ichizu. Oh my goodness, Clowberry pushing forwards. Draco Cat trying to save it. Dono Wall manages to clear it out, and Clowberry can't quite get it past Naji.
The Clowberry can't get it past Naji, but it seems like Injecto and Nom Nom are having trouble with getting it past Dono Wall. But right as I say that, they managed to find another barrier, and the goalpost is now open.
Ooh. Oh no! Core flips burned on both sides, trying to get this core back onto the side of Chikara Ichizu. Draco cannot find the strike, but her blob absolutely can, and that looked directed straight into the corner. Rolls right past him for the first goal for Asher's Big Barriers and their first lead of the match.
Naji wasn't quite expecting the speed or the angle. That 1-2 punch plus hot shot really making Draco Cat into a menace with those blobs.
Yeah, these blobs are... that 1-2 is so strong on Juno. She's so strong in general with hot shot already. It's going to be quite difficult to save these, but Injecto manages to stop that clear, push it back in, and start to reset the momentum here. Really trying to get this all tied up here for Chikara Ichizu. Clowberry is looking for Nom Nom, can't quite find him. Dono Wall steps up to hit that Atlas primary and take the size, but not really doing much with it. Both core flips burned on the side of Asher's Big Barriers, and they do get it out. Can Clowberry get it past Naji? No, not quite. The strike shot does keep it alive, keep it in, but Injecto has core flip of their own. Hits an interesting shot. Nom Nom able to push forward, but not quite able to get it in there. Clowberry's does not really go off there, but there's so much going on inside of that Mako ultimate, and the blob has the last say. And that say is both goals are open now, Izanagi.
Both goals are open indeed, and Mako primary, or Mako ultimate really, it can be kind of unfortunate in defensive situations, and it seemed like Naji was the receiving end of that a little bit. But a core flip is burned, and we see both teams sitting with an open goal barrier, and Clowberry finds a Zentaro secondary and just slips it right past Naji. Another point for Asher's Big Barriers. This could be the start of their run back.
That was an excellent dash there from Clowberry, really finding the angle. Obviously, Mako's secondary doesn't actually have a hard hitbox on it, so if you can just find a way past her, it doesn't really do anything. But while I'm saying that, Nom Nom and Injecto find their way past Dono Wall for both of Asher's Big Barriers. Oh, Blob is really cranking up the speed here, but not really able to get it out. Core bounces around a little bit, and Injecto grabs it, puts it in for the first point for Chikara Ichizu.
Injecto really making good use of those controlling touches, which is something not enough scorers, I think, know how to do. They don't always end up hitting it where they intend to, and sometimes that can be to their detriment. And it's oftentimes better to just set up plays before the fact.
Ooh, Wow, see how fast that core goes when 1-2 hotshot Juno really starts landing on it. Flowberry gets one barrier in the front, but not the other one. And on Project Base Drop, it's just gonna bounce around. It's really hard to keep control sometimes on this map. Ooh, but they do manage to get it clear back past Injecto and that core flip. Ooh, Nom Nom has something to say about that, though. Does not let it happen. Flowberry and a blob combine to really keep that core in and get the second barrier off the bounce. Draco Cat with an excellent burst hits the top half of the goal. That's 3-1, and it's one set apiece.
One set apiece, and Asher's Big Barrier is definitely showing that they're not out of this match. And with these new awakenings that are on screen, we could see some very important takeaways, like Quick Strike on Juno. Ooh, with how Draco Cat is already performing with these blobs, she's going to have a field day with Quick Strikes, just being able to reset her strikes almost all the time and win Strike Wars pretty consistently, but let's see what defensive option Naji ends up taking. Castellast is actually pretty good on Mako. Lets that secondary enhance her allies a little bit more. And we'll have to see how this set turns out.
Yeah, this Mako already rocking the Super Surge. Gets Castellast on top of it all. Though that buff is going to be huge, but that buff doesn't really help you protect your barriers. At least not the way that Naji is playing with it. Great pass from Draco Cat, great score from Clowberry, and Asher's Big Barriers are not letting up. They saw that first set and then they went, no more of that, at least for now. But back on Project Base Drop, that's a really tough clear. Dono Wall is up to the challenge though. Manages to get it out of a very cramped situation. Passes over to Draco Cat, who ends up missing that Juno jump, but that's okay. Clowberry's there to get that first barrier here. And again, Naji is holding down that secondary, giving the buff over to Injecto and Nom Nom, but they are not quite able to finish it off. Draco Cat is trying to help Dono Wall, but can't quite get enough. Dono Wall with an amazing goal line save there, and Clowberry is pushing forwards again. Oh my goodness, there's so much action here. The last barrier goes down. Clowberry gets it, barely any health remaining. Can Asher's Big Barriers make something of this? Oh, that's so close. Draco Cat and Clowberry. Clowberry's still alive, even with just a tiny sliver of health. And unfortunately, Blob ends up own goaling, and Chikara Ichizu gets a point.
A bit of an unfortunate bounce from Draco Cat there. Maybe not expecting the clear angle from Dono Wall, but hey, it happens. We all get one. It's okay.
We all get one. We all get one. And you know what? That's the one. If we think of it like that, then really haven't Asher's Big Barriers scored the last 6 points or something? No, the last 4 points or something. It's fine. It's fine. Clowberry is quite low health here in the goo, and immediately sniped with the drum from Naji. Draco Cat is trying to buy some space. A core flip will buy quite a lot of it for Dono Wall, and a second one will get the other barrier. Wow, a great shots there from both Dono Wall and Draco Cat. Every barrier on the map is down, and the Juno Blob gets control. Everyone's too far away, but you know what? That's just fine with Asher's Big Barriers.
Now Asher's Big Barriers are up 2-1 in a game that they were originally down 1 set. I'm very impressed with how far they've come back and how they're taking advantage of their drafts.
Yes, they're absolutely taking advantage of their drafts. That 1-2 from Juno combining with the hotshot. There's so much speed on that second hit here. Oh no! But unfortunately, Draco Cat and Dono Wall occupying the same space for a moment means that the puck can just slip past them. Great clear here, but the blobs end up keeping it in, and Nom Nom is able to finish off a pass from Injecto. It's 2-2 in this third set, and this is turning into a really close match.
Very, very important set, might I add you, but some beautiful passing plays from Injecto to Nom Nom, really seeing the angle that was just opened up during the defensive, or during their more defensive play. But a barrier is taken, and now on a very important set, no less.
And both barriers are down, in fact. Defense there from Donowall and Draco Cat, but it does not matter. Injecto and Nom Nom combined. Nom Nom gets the last hit, and it's 2-1 for Ichikara Ichizu. Nom Nom getting the MVP and first pick, and Primetime Kai is on the table. We'll see if that's what they want.
Honestly, given the decisions, it's either boils down to Primetime Kai or Fight or Flight. There's some very interesting takes here denying Demolitionists from Injecto, but Injecto opts for the Spark of Resilience. Already having a Spark of Agility, so it makes sense. Glass Cannon falling over to Zentaro, and Fight or Flight on Juno. Interesting pick, I definitely think, because she already gets speed from, I believe, whenever her blobs hit anything, so she's just going to be moving. Draco Cat's going to be moving more quickly around the map with that Fight or Flight.
Yeah, we'll see if Draco Cat can use the extra speed that provides to get some good positioning here, get some great spots on the cores. But right now, Draco Cat and Donowall are just standing on top of each other as they try and defend from Injecto and Nom Nom. Clowberry is waiting patiently for the puck to get past, but it just cannot get out, at least right now. And there, Donowall finally gets it out. Draco Cat is stuck in the goo, but you know what? Juno has a dash, so it's okay. She can jump right out. Oh, the blob strikes so hard right there. Nom Nom ends up trying to get a barrage through, but can't quite find the angle. Great saves here from Donowall, but a better shot from Ichizu, or Injecto, apologies. And both barriers are down again for Asher's Big Barriers. And suddenly they're losing control of the game a little bit. Oh wow, what a clear there from Donowall, but can't get the follow-up. Injecto puts it in the top corner.
It definitely feels a little bit like Big Barriers are just kind of on the defensive side, not really spreading out enough and just not able to get it up to Clowberry for those scoring opportunities. And Injecto and Nom Nom on the 2v2 are just able to win the interactions and just all around allow and enable the two forwards to really practice their synergy.
Ooh. A great Giga Blast there from Nom Nom, really buys some time, really does some great damage there. Great, hits the barrier, manages to knock it out, and that's the only one that's gone down because Naji's defense on this Mako has actually been impeccable. And as I say that, an amazing primary comes out of Donoberry, keeps them alive, and I'm not quite sure where Clowberry went, besides off the top. I don't know why that happened, but the core flip is here from Draco Cat. Both barriers now down on the side of Chikari Ichizu. So much pressure from Clowberry, can't quite finish up. One barrier left standing here for Asher's Big Barriers. Can Donowall hold it? Absolutely they can. And oh my goodness, this is really, really close. Draco Cat hitting to a blob, can't get it past Injecto though. Injecto dashes in, Clowberry with a chance. A burst comes out of Naji, but that burst coming out means you don't have one to deal with that. A great shot from Clowberry, a great dash as well to ensure that Naji could not get anywhere, and Clowberry with a great goal. 1-1 in a must-win set for Asher's Big Barriers.
So a little known fact about Project Soundwave is that you can actually bounce players off of the walls if you hit them into them. So if you have enough power, you can turn the entire map into a bouncy castle.
Oh my goodness, that is a little bit terrifying, and that offensive try was a little bit terrifying too. Draco Cat and Nom Nom playing a little bit of ping pong here, but that's really dangerous. Clowberry with a great double barrier, so much pressure suddenly for Asher's Big Barriers, almost puts it in the corner, and Draco Cat, Donowall both with assists, getting the puck back up to Clowberry, and eventually she'll be able to put it in, and she is. 2-1 to Asher's Big Barriers, and they want to take this to a set 5 here.
Donowall and Draco Cat stepping up there really made the difference, and a KO comes out. Cloberry finding the Zentaro special and just knocking out Nom Nom, and now it's a power play 2v2 situation or 2v3 situation.
Whoa, but they can't quite get anything of it. Draco Cat using this core flip to continue the offensive try and bouncing it off the middle, and that turns into 2 barriers quite quickly, and suddenly this is up. There it is! A great score from Cloberry, and we are going to set 5 in our first stream match today, Izanagi.
Set 5 on our first streamed match, and all off of a Zentaro primary. Let's go. And we see one of the new awakenings for the patch, Team Player. Definitely a very important pick, but Zentaro probably not going to opt for it. It seems like Cloberry might be choosing... Honestly, I think Big Fish. Reverb is also a very good pick, I think, given the situation. Mako opting for Missile Propulsion, Monumentalist falling over to Donowall, and Team Player actually going over to Draco Cat. So they are going to be hitting the core very hard with the combination of Hotshot 1-2 Punch. It is triple core speed awakenings.
Yeah, it's triple core speed awakenings on Juno. Already a scary little bit of a creature to begin with. But what's really going to be scary is if Draco Cat can get these passes up to Cloberry, and Cloberry can redirect it in a way that keeps the speed. Much like that, you could see the speed that was kept in because they can pass it on. Both barriers down. Look how fast that core goes. Oh my goodness, this Juno could be a problem. Atlas could be too, because Donowall is able to keep this last barrier up. Cloberry with a great pause, and oh, Donowall is up there. It looks like Draco Cat was taking a second to play goalie, not doing it anymore. Another core flip comes out, doesn't get anything, but the Zentaro dash does. A shot to the bottom of the net, a very long angle, but nobody can get there. Cloberry with another goal, and that is another point here for Asher's Big Barriers.
It feels like Big Barriers have just completely turned the pacing of the match around. They're no longer the ones who are struggling defensively. Now they're just committing all of their pressure to offense, and it's working beautifully in their favor. But an excellent save from Donowall will keep them alive in the current round.
Wow, a couple of really good saves and a great shot there from Draco Cat. Suddenly the barriers are open on both sides. And it's a, oh no, great passing play, but that Monumentalist Atlas has a big enough expanse for the both of them. Blob's trying to slow him down, prevent, oh no, Injecto gets it straight past Donowall. Great shot there with the Zentaro ultimate. Draco Cat tried to block some lanes with the Blobs, and Donowall couldn't quite get there in time. Unfortunate, but it's 1-1, and that's a really close game. Whoa, this is turning into a barn burner here.
Absolutely, and another thing that's map specific to this is that enough players don't seem to use the center barrier as an opportunity to keep the goalie from clearing. It tightens the area of defense so significantly that it can be hard to find clear angles for the goalie or for the midfielder.
Absolutely, and Draco Cat with a great strike there, sends it through the Zentaro ultimate, makes sure it doesn't actually get forward, but can't quite hold down the barrier. Neither can Naji though. All barriers down in this 1-1 set 5 situation. Naji is quite hurt, but the puck isn't over there until it is. All that speed for the Juno means that shot goes off the walls straight in. And we're 1 point away from a victory for Asher's Big Barriers.
Draco Cat has not only all of the speed awakenings, but all of the core control awakenings. And with Draco Cat's character Juno already being dominant in core control, it's almost unreasonable to think that they'd ever lose the core now, considering the awakenings.
Ooh, great pass there from Draco Cat up to Cloberry. not able to quite finish it off, but there we go. The last barrier is down for the side of Shikara Ichizu. This could be it. Naji is down too. Draco Cat can't get a hold of the core quite yet. Donawall is there. The Juno ultimate doesn't get anything, but can Cloud... Oh my goodness! Cloveberry keeps them busy. Draco Cat uses that Juno jump, jumps forward, hits it into the top corner. And after all that, the score is 1-0 Asher's Big Barriers, and that is a big, big win for them.
A set 5 victory, no less, and Asher's Big Barriers coming back from a game that they were originally losing in the first set. It seemed like Chikara Chizu had their ticket punched, but the more they started to draft, the more they started to turn things around. It just seemed like they turned one of Chikara Chizu's biggest strengths into... apologies. It turned Chikara Chizu's one of their biggest strengths into their own strength, which was really being able to get the core up to Cloveberry, winning those midfield interactions, and just solidly playing defense and core control where Chikara Chizu just could not keep up. But then it seemed like Chikara Chizu were coming back there towards the end, but Cloveberry and Draco Cat really just putting up too strong of an offense to really be able to defend. And an amazing first game, especially considering the nature of the pools. I'm almost as excited for the next match as I was for this one. This one was a barn burner.
Oh, you love to see good matches like this. That's what you want to see in the Osas finale. Everybody bringing it, everybody giving it their all. So many redirects in that game, so many saves for both goalies. Let's give a quick shout out to Donawall for 103 saves and Naji for the 80. And that really, really clutch KO there at the end from Cloveberry, taking Naji off the map and allowing that last goal to go in. Really makes really, really good game from both teams. It ended up being a win for Asher's Big Barriers, but Chihara Ichizu is not out of it yet. They showed really, really good play during that game. They could still make a run. It's still possible. Anything is possible in a group stage like this. Well, unfortunately, the only thing that's not possible is 3 teams getting out of a group. So we'll see.
There are some things that are out of reach for our teams today, and unfortunately we will be losing a good majority of them, but despite that, doesn't make the games any less electric, especially considering we went to set 5 on the first game of the night. I'm very, very eager to see how the upcoming teams can match up, or if we get some more sweeps, or... I'm excited to see the games no matter what.
I'm really excited here. I believe, judging by the stream itself, that we are going to go over soon to Chikara Enters versus Seraphim Oxblood. And that is going to be another great game, at least I hope so. I'm really rooting for it.
I'm having a bit of caster bias here. I've been partial to Seraphim ever since they had me cast or guest cast their first tournament. Or guest cast the tournament that they were holding. Seraphim Specialized. I actually casted for the first time in that tournament, so I'm gonna be a little impartial. I'm rooting for Seraphim Moxblood here.
That's okay, because this Chikara Enters, I already explained. I'm rooting for Selena. I'm rooting for her team, whatever team she's on. You know what? I'm predicting with channel points too. I'll match your bet, Izanagi, if you're gonna.
all right. I'll put. How much you got?
I have already put 4,084.
You know what? I'll put 4,084 in as well.
There we go.
I'll put it in on Seraphim Moxblood. Let's go.
No way. Inter's got this.
We love a little bit of healthy competition. We're not biased at all here on the Osas finale.
Look, we've already said that we want good games more than anything else. So you know what? If something happens, that's okay. But we're allowed to have the teams that we root for. That's what's so fun about sports like this. Oh my gosh. I see Selena in the chat put 7,800 on herself. Uh, we'll see what map comes out from these teams. We have everybody in the lobby, so they're probably doing map selection here real quick. Go ahead.
I'm curious, what map do you actually want to see for this game? I wouldn't mind a little more Clarion Core. It's a shame that Inkies isn't on the map pool, because I would love to see that.
Look, as an Inkies connoisseur, I'm with you. But as for what map I want to see, I'm a Demon Days fanatic. Take me to that map at your peril, and I love watching that map. There's so many interesting clear angles that the goalie can go for. There's enough space behind the barriers that you can really get those behind the barrier clears pretty easily. Unless there's any sort of projectile headed back there, which is a pretty easy counterplay. Pretty simple stuff here, and I really feel like there's a lot of skill expression that you can put down on Demon Days.
I very much agree. I think that Demon Days is actually one of the more skill expressive maps, despite, being the quintessential brawling map where people punch like if there's no tomorrow and brawl and box and fight, and just despite it being that, the scoring angles are a lot different because of the circular barrier and just how quickly the goalie can cover different options that the scorers may have. I very much enjoy watching Demon Dice games, even though some people may say that it's not a very enjoyable map to play on. I can understand it.
They're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. I mean, it happens. It happens. People are allowed to just have bad opinion. No. If you don't enjoy playing on Demon Days, then you probably don't have characters that like playing on Demon Days, is my general take, actually.
That's entirely fair.
You gotta have the right mental for it. You gotta have the right characters for it. And if you don't, if you're I don't know, if you're just an Octavia player, you're not gonna have fun on Demon Days. You're not going to have fun there at all. Well, you're not going to have fun in this game most of the time because people aren't going to let you play that character, but...
It's ironic that you mentioned that you wouldn't want to play Octavia on her own map. I think that's very hilarious to think about.
No, that's Vice and Mako's map. Octavia got dragged along, just saying, I don't think this is good for me, and they just didn't... They weren't the type to listen to her, and you know what? It doesn't matter. We're not going to Demon Days. We're going back to
banned anyways.
We're going back to an old Favies, and do you know where we're going?
We're going to Atlas Lab.
Of course we are. We are going back to the lab again. I'm real excited to see what ends up happening here, what the picks and bans are. I don't know these players' specific character pools, except Selenia, of course. But we'll see what happens.
I'm very excited either way. I know the people from Seraphim Oxblood. I don't very intimately know their character pools, but either way, I'm rooting for them. Go Seraphim. We got it.
Go Chikara. I can't believe I'm saying go Chikara on a broadcast, but here I am. How did that happen? That's okay. Don't worry about it. Who are we going to see for these bans here? We're hovering Mako Estelle Juliet, and the Rasmus band coming through from Chikara enters. Luna is the band for Seraphim Oxblood, but no one was hovering it to begin with, and we're switching over. The now gets switched to for Kuro Hero. Cliff86 is still hovering this Estelle, and Mako is locked again. And another Mako hover is happening as well. Asher comes up for Seraphim Oxblood. Is Celine gonna lock in this Mako? Please don't do it, hun. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're seeing a Juno here too. I wonder what the starting awakenings were to create this situation. I like the now goalie here, and it's Timeless Creator, Glass Cannon, Awakeners. A little surprised that we're not seeing more creation-heavy characters, but maybe I'm crazy because there are quite a lot of them. Oh my goodness! Whatever I'm talking about doesn't matter. Uh, oh my gosh. Lele's gets the first 2 barriers right off the bat. And great weight there from Selenia. Manages to get the clear, but with the barriers down so fast here for Chikara enters, how are they going to take control back at this point?
I don't know just yet, but Elias just hitting what I've affectionately dubbed the demon angle for Atlas's lab, and Chikara enters managing to find it as well. It secures both barriers by bouncing them off the back, but Kurohiro barely not managing to catch it, and Elias will score the first goal between Seraphim Oxblood and Chikara enters.
Yeah, great play there from Lele's, really covering a lot of ground, also managing to make sure that they really get that early double barrier. A core flip comes out here from Kurohiro pretty early, but you know what? It's just buying space and time, and Lele is in the corner quite hurt, but doesn't matter. Core flip off the primary, held down by Cliff86 as I hold my breath there waiting for the result of that core flip. Selenia looks like she's trying to find a kill on Lele's but can't quite find it. The Dorito hits it right into the black hole and right up to Lele's, who proceeds to use the Asher primary and put Kurohiro in a body bag. 2-0 for Seraphim Oxblood.
2-for-1 special, we take those, but Seraphim Oxblood taking very good advantage when it comes to the black hole. Not enough scorers and midfielders take opportunities off of scoring off the black hole, and Lele is managing to be in the position to capitalize off of it.
The Mako battle is real. It's happening. It's right there, and I am shocked that Mako ult did not hit. But you know what? We'll take it. Selenia and Cliff both aiming straight forward with their shots. Cliff manages to get that goal. Kurohiro's here for moral support and a heal and an emote. The first goal for Chikara enters, and can they stabilize and save this set?
Very much have to see, but I think a big part of being able to stabilize will be whether or not they can keep the core away from Lele's and Iguana, because the two of them are just managing to hit it around and keep it away from their scorers. That it's just, oh, but a bit of ping pong here might spell a bit of doom, but nope.
Ping pong's scary, but so's the black hole. Glass cannon providing a lot of speed. That Dorito hits it straight up. Selenia charging up her primary, trying to put Asher, trying to put Lele's away, but oh no, okay, that was really close for a second there. The Dorito gets it straight out again. Lele's is quite hurt, but Seraphim Oxblood's goal is still sealed shut. That last barrier being held onto by Frying Pan Man, unless that Cliff and Selenia can finally push through. A core flip with a great angle does manage to get it. This Dorito is looking a little scary, but it doesn't end up hitting the core at all. Cliff eats the black hole and misses core flip. Oh my goodness, there's so much speed. And that ultimate from Lele's stops the clear from Kurohiro, not quite seeing it in time, not finding the straight down clear, and it's the first set to Seraphim Oxblood.
Seraphim Oxblood taking advantage of really just hitting those passing lanes, and the core flip from Frying Pan Man able to find Lele's, who sends out the Asher divide and just manages to utterly find the perfect angle at the perfect time and bounce it right past Kurohiro. But Stagger Swagger falling over to not to Frying Pan Man. Lele's will actually secure Stagger Swagger, and some interesting awakenings popping up here. Extra Special falling over to Frying Pan Man, and Primetime on Juno. Definitely not my first pick, but I think it might have been a deny given Ariel's falling over to Cliff86. Some interesting awakenings here, and we'll have to see how they influence this next set.
Well, right now we're just seeing Mako ult into Mako ult, and there's no change on that. Selenia with an interesting choice on the cooldown spark over a reverberation there. Not saying it was bad, just interesting, but that was a great shot for sure. Gets one of the barriers. Selena runs into the black hole. Kurohiro cannot find this clear past Lele's. The Dorito hit a great one. Selena takes a shot, but can't quite put it in. A great blob from Sloggy. Iguana gets a quick interception, and the blob, and a different blob, keeps it up and in, right past Kurohiro.
Soggy Iguana making good use of the positioning from their blobs and just catching it where Kurohiro doesn't expect to, or doesn't expect a blob to be, and just that's one of the strengths of Juno, I think, is that she can catch those clear angles that normally a goalie would expect to be open and just make them into opportunities for themselves.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of damage here going down onto Cliff 86 as well. Corflip burned and doesn't save the barrier. Loses the second one for it as well. Unfortunate situation for Kurohiro, and they can't clear it out past Soggy Iguana and Lele's, and uh-oh, it's 2-0 Seraphim Oxblood in this second set. They are off to the races.
These passing plays from Soggy Iguana to Lele is just finding the perfect dimers all the time to Lele so that they can get those scoring opportunities. And Lele is just absolutely soloing these core flips. It's utterly absurd.
Oh my goodness. Wins that strike war as well. Obviously one of Asher's big strengths is just winning those strike wars. But you know what? You still have to put in the work to use those tools correctly, and they absolutely are. Selena gets hit with, I think, her 5th black hole, and Lele with the core flip puts it past Kurohiro. It's 2-0 in sets now for Seraphim Oxblood, and Chikara enters need to stabilize if they want any chance here of saving my points.
I think, yeah, I was about to say, your bestie bucks are looking a little in danger here, Cat Ufo.
No, they got this. They got this. They'll bring it back. They'll bring it back. It doesn't matter that Lele's got fighter flight. It's fine because Cliff 86 has team player and did deny Soggy Iguana 1-2 punch on the Juno. Searching for something. Spark of Strength here on Selena is pretty good, as is the cast to last down all the way in the end for Kurohiro. Though they almost certainly wanted that Monumentalist. Frying Pan Man denies it. We will be seeing some very large Mako ults here. Oh no, can't quite get that barrier. Finally goes down. One barrier down a piece. There's that Monumentalist, and there's another black hole hitting Selena. But that's okay. Kurohiro is here with the healing, but that doesn't matter. At least not for Cliff 86. A great kill there from Soggy Iguana, and Lele has so much pressure. Now is not really able to deal with the pressure that this Asher can put out on the core in her goal box.
Very much agreed. Asher's one of her biggest strength is actually just big. She is big. A lot of her hitboxes take up a lot of I forget what I was talking about. Soggy Iguana just jumping into the Dorito, looking a little hungry there.
Juno, that Dorito's not for you. Don't eat that. But you know what? It's too late. She did. And the barriers got eaten too. And it's 2-0 very quickly. Lele's has so much pressure on Kurohiro, and they're not really able to put it together. Like we were talking about before the very first game, sometimes the substitution, you don't have that same sort of team play, and the team play here from Seraphim Oxblood has been really, really good. I'm not going to say immaculate, but nothing's immaculate. That's really good, though. There we go, Inters. There we go. But that giant Mako ult is a problem, especially when it gets all the way up to Kurohiro. The goal is open. All they have to do is put it in, and Seraphim Oxblood will take this match. But it looks like Chikara Enters are putting up a good try. Selena with just a slightly missed shot. The black hole hits it back, but no. Oh, Lele's is stopped. An amazing primary there from Kurohiro. Keeps Chikara Inter's hopes alive. Hopes of a deep run possible. A jump forward core flip. And Cliff86. Oh my goodness. They're giving me a heart attack here.
Your Bestie Bucks are still in danger, though. It is 2-1 right now, but Chikara Inter's definitely not out of the game just yet. They're putting up some solid defense, and ooh! Another unfortunate Juno jump will result in Sagi Iguana getting taken out, but Lele's putting on his best Joker impression and just dribbling it around the members of Chikara Inters.
Oh, that looked like a great chance for them. The giant Dorito almost gets the angle. Selenia tries for a pass to Cliff86, but the drum from Frying Pan Man does not let that happen. Cliff86 is doing their best to intercept these tries. Kurohiro is up here. Core flips from both Makos, and nothing ends up happening, but great positioning here. Oh, amazing save from Kurohiro, keeping the Inter's hopes alive. Still, the Mako ultimate from Selenia, putting a lot of pressure down, but not able to do much. The Dorito ends up hitting it. We are looking at a really tough clear here, but Cliff86 does not let it get all the way back to there. The Dorito is big. Lele's is bigger, hits it in, but Cliff86 gets the last barrier. Selenia's drum does not hit, but can Cliff86 and Selenia keep this alive? It looks like they can, at least for now. And Cliff86 with the 2-on-3 goal, the piercing shot from Estelle, and the Bestie Bucks live another point.
Very, very tense set. Chikara Inters taking a little bit of initiative and taking back their points. But Lele's yet again scoring on another barrier. It seems like Lele's is just, like I said, putting on their best Joker impression.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, and a great jump forward from Cliff86. Also has the core flip. The Dorito gets it to them. Off the wall, does not quite go in. A good try. And suddenly, there's an lead. There's an advantage here for Chikara Inters, and the 8th strike. The bat hits it from downtown. That's a home run for Selenia, and that's a set win for Chikara Inters. They're alive. There's a chance. And there's another spark there, just lying in wait. Will they block that triple spark here? She's in last to choose, so it doesn't really come up too much here. And the first pick, missile prop over to Cliff86. Ariel's missile prop means this Estelle is going to be shooting from downtown. Absolutely. Twin drive for this now is huge as well. The spark is denied eventually. Heavy impact going over to Frying Pan Man, and perfect form on Lele's. Lele's is quite fast, quite hard to kill, and quite strong at getting these barriers. But Cliff really looks like they're doing a great job now too. They just needed time to scale maybe. Oh no, but the black hole seems to not really like Chikara Inters very much, because it goes straight into their side again. Selenia's secondary, not quite what we needed there for that pass, but that's okay. The Dorito is there and waiting, but it will not get a chance to hit. Oh no! Lele's with an amazing kill there, just pushes a Kurohiro into the goal, and Sagi Iguana with a great score means that Seraphim Oxblood have a lead and are trying to say, no comebacks, no big story, we were winning, this is our game to win, let's do it.
Very, very much agreed. Lele is taking on the philosophy that they can't defend their goal if they're dead.
Oh, absolutely not, but it's also hard to defend against a point-blank core flip like that. Selenia pushing forwards. Cliff86 here too, not letting it hit the Dorito, but the Dorito ends up hitting Sagi Iguana. I think they just ran into it. Great passing here suddenly from Chikara Inters, and there's a core flip here for Cliff, and that top corner again. That's really tough for Frying Pan Man to defend. 1-1 in this fourth set.
1-1 in this fourth set, and some questionable defensive positioning, it seems like, is the major cause for that last goal, but Lele is intercepting yet another pass.
Double!
An unfortunate bounce will mean that both barriers fall for the side of Seraphim Oxblood, we will have to see if they can take a barrier in response.
Ooh, really tough. Cliff with a prediction there does not quite know where Frying Pan Man is sending it, but Kuro Hero knows what Lele's wants. Does not allow that core flip to go through. Soggy Iguana with a self pass. Selenia pass it down. The Dorito puts it in past Frying Pan Man. Sometimes you just get caught charging and you only have one shot. If you miss that drum, you can't save it. It's 2-1 Chikara enters. My points might yet be safe.
They might yet be safe because some of these options, it seems like Seraphim Oxblood is just not ready to cover, but a port from Kuro Hero into a core flip will mean that both barriers fall for the side of Seraphim Oxblood, and some coordination here will definitely have to be taken, otherwise Seraphim Oxblood may be going to a set 5.
Ooh, that black hole hit almost everybody. The Skittle gets the great clear there. Cliff 86 and Selenia with push. She's just out of position there, can't quite put it in. Almost sending us to set 5 right there and then. But Seraphim Oxblood still have life in this set. Cliff 86 putting up a lot of pressure. That gigantic Mako Ult from Frying Pan Man seems to think it's there for too long. A great pass from Cliff 86 to Selenia, and she manages to hit that shot. It's 2 sets apiece, and I believe, Izanagi, I believe.
I also believe. I'm very, very in the backseat here, and I'm waiting for Seraphim Oxblood to turn on, because some of these awakenings that are in this draft are crucial. Like, for example, if Demolitionist falls over to Lele's, I think this set might just be...
It's going to... Oh, no, it didn't.
But Big Fish does end up falling over as well. But Hot Shot falling all the way to Soggy Iguana. Unfortunate. But now, Cliff 86, the unspoken hero of Chikara Enters, now has quick strikes. Maybe they'll put on their Joker impression a little bit and start dribbling around the members of Seraphim Oxblood.
Now, I will say Cliff 86's strikes have been great here. That was 2 Mako ults running into each other. Cliff has been winning strike wars, and this just lets them win even more. I think that's a great pickup, but a hot shot for Soggy Iguana is more than a little dangerous, I think. We'll see if it pays off. Selena's secondary pushes it into the Dorito. Doesn't end up getting anything, losing 1 barrier, but it's 1 barrier apiece in this set. Never mind, I didn't look to the right. It's gone. Selenia can't quite hit the shot, but it burns the core flip. And that's all Cliff 86 needed, with a great shot into the bottom corner.
Excellent, excellent coordination from Kuro Hero. Cliff 86, all 3 members of Chikara Enters just really putting their ability to move upfield to their benefit, and it's just working out extremely well in their favor.
Well, there's a lot of pressure here. Kuro Hero cannot get it past Lele's, and a great pressure here. Frying Pan Man steps up. That big monumentalist Mako ult really putting a lot of pressure. That was a great core flip from Lele, stealing it away, putting it in the bottom corner. 1 apiece here in this deciding set.
1 apiece, and some amazing coordination from Soggy Iguana, getting the core up to Lele's, who just takes the core and just starts doing like circles on Chikara Enters. It's really quite fascinating to watch, but an unfortunate bounce from Selenia putting it in will mean that both barriers are open. A defense will happen. Soggy Iguana finding the KO, but hitting it directly into the Dorito with the core flip, and now the power play is still going, but only for another 6 seconds. Let's see what opportunities they can make.
Oh, Selenia can't quite get to the Skittle there. Built different, not giving her quite enough size. A great dash there from Cliff 86 means that this is another offensive try. But just as quickly, it's back on the other side. Lele's putting it in past Kuro Hero. Gets the barrier, gets the goal, and it's match point for Seraphim Oxblood. But we've been here before.
We have been here before. It is 2-1 currently. Let's see if Seraphim Oxblood can close it out. A hot shot Juno primary will mean that the core is sent into the first barrier, but Lele's gets KO'd out of nowhere by an
amazing KO from Cliff 86. Oh my goodness.
double KO!
Oh
my
goodness.
goodness, Soggy Iguana being the only reason this play is alive
The
finds a
barriers.
barrier. Lele's now
Oh
having to play on
no,
the
the
defensive.
barriers. They can't get it out. They can't get it out. Oh, oh, they got it to her, but she could not get it in. Cliff 86 with a great chance here. Can't quite get it. The blob is there. The skittle is there too, though. But
Yeah!
Layla's is there. Puts it in past Kuro Hero, and a great attempt at a comeback from Chigara enters, but they can't quite finish it off. Seraphim Oxblood stabilizes and gets a crucial win here.
Goodness, what a game! Oh my, such a insane defense from Seraphim Oxblood. They just they had a double KO, and Soggy Iguana with their core control just, oh my goodness, they managed to keep it alive. They managed to keep the play going, and the pressure mounting up. Like the last point, it was just, oh my goodness, the pressure that was building and building and building. It was just too much for Kuro Hero to keep up with, and Lele's a little more used to those nerves. Seemed like they just walked forward and struck it in. Waited for the final strike war with advantage, and just, what a game for sure.
That was a great game, a great try there from Chikara enters. It is really tough to be down 2 sets 0-2, and they made that comeback. They didn't finish it, no, but they put a hell of a show down. They put a lot of work in, and they almost ran it all the way back. Had that power play even, but could not get past Soggy Iguana. A lot of credit there, at least on that last point, to Soggy Iguana for really holding it down, not letting them get a chance to get it back out. That was such a close match. So many redirects there. I want to give a shout out here to Cliff 86. I haven't seen them play before, and that Estelle was really scary. 190 redirects, the most in the game. 5 goals. But you know what? Sometimes it just don't quite work out. And goodbye to my points, but
That's
it's the
right.
game, and that's
Fork 'em
what we
over.
want overall. You get like triple my points, okay? Run off with those points. It's fine. It's fine. Uh, so I believe we are going to soon take a short break. I am not 100% sure, but I know that we have more casters coming in to fill for us. Izanagi, I think that was our last game. So you got anything that you want to say to the viewers here before we get going?
All I'm gonna say is just stay tuned. There are going to be more games that are just as exciting and just as close as that one, and you won't be able to see them if you aren't here. So, stay tuned.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a great day. We've seen 2 5-setters, real close games. I am so excited to sit here and watch for the rest of the tournament and rest my voice for a little bit. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.
Hello, everybody. We are back with some more group stage of the OSAS Season 3 Invitational. Seen some teams duke it out so far today with Kat Kupo and Izanagi, but I am here today joined with Z Yoshi 64, who, if I recall correctly, woke up about 30 minutes ago. Is that correct? Are the allegations correct?
I can neither confirm nor deny, but I'm here to let you know that I'm rising and I am
Oh, yeah.
shining, and I'm here for Smoro Stas games.
Oh, yeah, and I'm very excited to be casting a West Coast team. We're going to be seeing Animal Style Munchie Meal face
Woo!
off against, stealing some words from Ziyoshi's mouth here, the Cheeto Conglomerate, the Chikara Cheetos, who have been looking good on the day so far, looking at the records right now. It looks like Animal Style Munchie Meal has gone 1-1, beating the Tank Brigade earlier today in 3-0 fashion and losing 1-3 through the Chikara Clinkers. That being said, Chikara Cheetos have currently won a game, I believe. They won one game against the Tank Brigade, which was a DQ actually, and Chikara Cheetos or Chikara Clinkers beat them as well, 1-3. So we're going to be seeing these two teams duke it out. They are getting into lobby right now. But just to bring up a little bit of context, I hope no one over at the side of Animal Style Munchie Meal is listening to the stream right now. I'm going to give you guys about 3 seconds to mute for the next 30 seconds for what I'm about to say. Please mute. Okay, all right, we've given the opportunity to mute. But every time me and Yoshi have casted a West Coast team, they've lost. They've lost in dramatic fashion. So the curse may be in full effect today, as we'll see if Doxy, Malone, and Ma2 will be able to pull it out against the Chikara Cheetos, who, let me grab their rosters really quick. Chikara Cheetos being filled out by Calamity Queen, Aimi, Alpha Me, who are all actually very much improved players. Calamity Queen 3 being someone who participated in Liftoff, made it through Launchpad in order to get there. Unfortunately, did not end up qualifying for either league, but still a very much improved player. I believe is like Challenger now, actually, and was like Plat when they first qualified. So congrats to them for like crazy amount of improvement. The same goes for Alpha Me as well, who has been grinding out solo queue, has improved vastly and was picked up for one of the teams in Play Better, the Play Better Win More 2.5, the Octagon, and did all right there as well. So definitely I would say a hard team. A team that could definitely go incredibly hard in this group stage here.
Right, that's what I'm saying, and I'm thinking back to the old West Coast curse, and hey, I'd love to see the West Coast take a dub sometime. So I put away all my crystals, I turned off my cauldron, I put my brooms in my closet, and I think with this we cannot fail.
Yeah, that's true. I guess. Well, to be fair, I think I pointed this out to K-Bot. I said like the exact same observation you made, and it was still the same idea that in West v West, if we're casting, a West team still loses in dramatic fashion. So maybe there's no winning. Maybe there is no winning. Maybe Phoenix is a cursed and decrepit city that just hates every other thing. Seattle it had a really bad breakup with Seattle, and San Jose called its mom fat. So maybe just like to see the West Coast fail. But we'll see.
Seattle wouldn't do that.
Seattle would definitely not do that. But we are chatting a bit here as we are waiting for Chikara Cheetos to get in. It looks like we are missing 2 members. I do see Calamity Queen 3 there, and they probably have to run through the map, pick, and ban as well. So we'll be here for a little bit, so get cozy. Get the fires going as we are waiting for our next game of the Invitational here. Oh, there's Alpha Me joining the lobby. It's probably showing my Discord profile picture right now. I just realized. So, I will be casting. I will be casting the lobby right now. So currently, right now, we've got Saya, Brickbat, and Yoshi64 sitting there, pretty in spectators. But we're waiting for one more. Oh, there it is. Aimi is here. And to be clear, this is like, we're about to go in the game and we're going to be like, no, it's name off. No, like this person's name is actually just Aimi. Like
No,
It-
I dash me.
Yeah, like I dash me, which I think is fucking dope. I think that's crazy. But yeah, so we'll be seeing that. We'll be seeing that in just a second here. They're gonna be figuring out servers,
Yeah,
map bans, stuff like that.
I think we cannot blame Shikara Cheetos for taking a little bit longer to get here because they had to walk from the factory all the way over to here. And which company owns Cheetos, by the way? Let's find out. Who really is a conglomerate?
Okay. Holy crap.
PepsiCo! Whoa, and Frito-Lay. So yeah, coming hot off the back of the Frito-Lay factory.
Oh yeah.
They make all of them there. a factory which is a smaller factory inside the PepsiCo factory where they make all the Pepsi and other like Mountain Dew, Code Red. And so they had to get out of that also.
Wait, specifically
So-
Mountain Dew code, like not other versions of Mountain Dew. What's
Well,
the
I'm
lore?
sure there are other versions, but I just
Okay,
haven't looked too
okay.
hard, so
Yeah, that's
it's the-
fair.
The cherry Mountain Dew.
I've literally never drank that. I've never tasted a Mountain Dew Code Red.
It's I the ice cream truck that always came by at my middle school after it got out sold cans of Mountain Dew Code Red, and I said, "This is what I was born for."
Okay,
paying the ice cream man to drink his cherry Mountain Dew. And then I started buying it in college, and it's good.
Okay. I guess it's Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
Okay.
I game.
Okay. Okay. I the only I think variant of Mountain. So I've drinking like just the base Mountain Dew, right? Vanilla, or not the vanilla flavor, but like normal Mountain Dew.
Mhm.
And then the only variant, the only mutant Mountain Dew I've ever had the pleasure of tasting is the Baja Blast.
Oh
That
yeah.
they serve exclusively at Taco Bell, and I only tried it because they serve it exclusively at Taco Bell. And so when I went to Taco Bell when it first came out, I FOMO'd myself into trying it. It's like good, but when I try to describe it out loud, like I realize I don't have a vocabulary to describe the taste. I genuinely cannot describe how Mountain Dew Baja Blast tastes like. I could like, I don't know what flavors they use in it. Hold on, I could probably look this up. Hold on.
Yeah,
What?
that would be a good thing to look up.
What flavor
Don't worry.
is
I'll
Mountain Dew Hold on, Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Yeah,
It is
all
a
I'm saying is
tropical
it is.
lime. That's the word.
Oh, it is a Baja Blast if I've ever seen one.
Oh yeah.
And
it's a Baja
actually, we're
Blast.
loading into game right now, but I want to think more about Baja Blast for a bit. It's because like Mountain Dew itself is just, I don't know if it's lemon or lime or both. I think it's both. I think that's what it's supposed to be, and so it's really Baja Blast is just like Super Mountain Dew.
Hmm.
It's just more of the same.
That's,
So you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Anyway,
We are
You'll never
we
guess-
are in game. Atlas
you'll
Lab.
never guess what we're banning. No more Finny, no more Juliet. I assume Juliet ban coming out from Calamity Queen, coming out to target Calamity Queen. Finny ban targeting Doxy's Finny. Which, hey, I wouldn't want to play against that rat disgusting gum under the table character anyway.
Yeah, and we are gonna see 2 Gazan picks come out already. I think
Whoa.
this is a character that I think a lot of the top level teams have been talking about recently of being like pretty crazy actually. The extremely low pull cooldown, allowing for so many outplays in front of the net that it's often really hard for goalies to really deal with. So anyone that could pilot the character pretty well, which admittedly piloting the character is a little hard, can do a lot of damage just kind of sitting in front of the enemy goalie. And if you are an Atlas, you're a little bit more equipped to deal with it, but I think that Aimee might struggle. That being said, the eject button missile propulsion start might mean that a lot of core control can come out from Aimee's Aimee. So.
Specialized training start, which really favors
Yeah,
the dual wielding Kazans here, and Alphamy,
yeah,
who
absolutely.
also took it.
Yeah, and and even though Matu did just get a goal, special training on Luna as well. That's one extra special away from making sure that no one will ever have a core flip on the enemy team again. So there's a lot of snowballiness. I mean, of course that always happens. Oh wait, no, that's a missile propulsion.
That's a missile propulsion Luna,
Luna.
which Hey, honestly, still up there, because if you get
Yeah.
Deadeye, it does more than Specialized. And just in general, 20% more on your ult, a move that just has insane numbers already, is such a threat.
Yeah.
So you see already forcing out those evades.
Lang, I see you in chat. I'm calling you out. No, the actual username is just IME. This is not a name-off player. Their username straight up is just IME, and they're playing IME.
Earlier.
Oh yeah, someone was not watching, letting us chat it out.
Someone didn't do the required rating.
But regardless, we do see a little bit of brawling coming out. Ma2 right now, completely sent off, and Alpha Me with a 2-for-1 combo with a Giga Blast, getting a KO and a goal with that one. So excellently played, tying up the set here. Going into the next point here, we already see. I mean, when you see people staggered set 1 and like all this damage flying out, you know you're going to be in for a bit of a bloodbath of a game, especially when there is a Luna on the field. And Malone, unfortunately, getting double buried on the Atlas, which means he's going to have to focus on keeping this open net defended right now, able to read where where Calamity Queen is going to strike it. Right now, IME using the Cyber Swipe to keep the core up. Alpha Me trying to get possession, trying to go for a shot, and Malone's going to be sent off the map. That's a core flip and a goalie gone, and that makes it all too easy for Calamity Queen 3 to send it right in now, 2-1 on the first set of the game.
Yep, just like that. And there goes Malone. And do you think there are 2 other Calamity Queens that came before them, or do you think this is just like a third of their bloodline?
I mean, considering the name is Calamity Queen, like, you know, I would consider them to be a little bit unlucky. So yeah, you know what? This could be the third one, due to some unfortunate circumstances. But speaking of unfortunate circumstances, Ma2 currently right now, again staggered, fighting for his life. Alpha Me gonna do a nice little dodge to preserve his own life as well, as Ma2 is going to be yoinked over off stage into the penalty box for now, 4 seconds. But now it looks like eventually the life of Alpha Me is going to be claimed. Calamity Queen with a scoring opportunity, but not going to find it in the 1v3 scenario. Now, Cyber Swipe not able to find anything right now, as the core now is going dangerously close to Alpha Me's net, but no, Malone. The Celestial Expanse the Astral Expanse just not big enough, and unfortunately it's going to sneak right by. First set of the game, I think, in that case, will be going to the side of Chikara Cheetos. Chikara Cheetos.
Yeah.
Guys, it's Cosmic. Okay, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going on a rant right now. Screw this draft. Super Surge on IME, heavy impact on Kazan. All right, cool.
That's a lot of damage.
Prime time's going to Alpha Me. That's great. Okay. Atlas's abilities are so... It is like... It's Astral Projection, Celestial Intervention, and Cosmic Expanse. Why are there 3 star names like relate? Okay, it's so easy.
Hey, say hi to the stars for me.
Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to say hi, but which star? Which star? I don't know. So it's gonna be like okay, if it's called Celestial Expanse, Cosmic Projection, and like what was it? Like Astral Intervention. It's like the same thing. Like nothing about the vibes of Atlas's abilities change, and so they're just like.
Hey, actually, Celestial Expanse I think is really good.
It's not Celestial. Sorry.
No, I mean intervention. Intervention.
Right.
Because
right.
Celestial can often relate to heaven or things of that nature, and you're bringing people back to life.
I guess that's fair.
Cosmic and Astral, garbage. What do you mean? Hey, all I'm saying is next, give him Solar Beam. Yo,
how real is that? Yo, Atlas with a Solar Beam would go crazy if only there was a Sunsetter though in the Omega Strikers rosters. Yeah, also maybe there is an overlap of Pokemon fans, but hey, you know, going into it, it looks like Alpha Me currently gonna be yoinked away.
Where'd that guy go?
Yeah, the subject to a 130 BP move, unfortunately, which is O-code him. But right now it's gonna be Ma2. Fighting for his life. Has a lot of dodge to work with. Will be able to keep himself alive for now, but looks like it's going to be at the cost of Malone's berry, but it won't even matter. A nice flip angle goes right past IME, and into the net it goes. 1-0 now, advantage for Animal Style Munchie Meal.
Yeah, Ma2 dropping a core flip to get that goal, and I just like looked at the team comps. Oh, bye buddy, and you know, just rose to the challenge, and I think Chikara Cheetos running this Kazan Kai is is their win condition, because those two characters can put on so much pressure, especially onto a humble little Atlas. What's that guy gonna do? He's got one guy beating him up while the other guy's throwing barrages and trying to get the barriers. As I say it though, hey, GG, Matu puts it in. I believe catching a dimer from Doxy and just... That's all she wrote.
Yeah, and there we did. It was a dimer. Like, let's not understate that, but let's also talk about like just the sheer mix-ups that Kazan could do with such a low cooldown on the pull. It's so hard to predict where he's gonna strike it. It's so hard to read what this character is doing, which is why, on top of the damage from like kind of the Oki style that Kazan naturally wants, makes him such a headache for goalies to deal with. So if you're not able to do it, if you have someone that can pilot a Kazan, you're gonna be at such a huge advantage here. And there we go again. Look at that. I mean, a nice little strike from Calamity Queen, getting the first point of the set for the Chikara Cheetos. Now a reverse sweep for the set on the horizon, but we'll see if the side of Chikara Cheetos will be able to do that going into this next point here.
Right. And you know, we have double Kazan on the field, and I spent a lot of time thinking about, like, hey, what? Obviously Kazan is doing a lot better after the changes. Oh, bye-bye. Because of the lower cooldown, but like, how does he win? What does this guy do to win other than kill people? I realized like his closed strike hitbox and the hook on lower cooldown just means that you can just hook things and then strike it in. Which like he doesn't, his stuffing potential isn't, he doesn't have a dash punch, he doesn't have an X ult. Wow, that guy's got a big move though. He's got a couple big moves actually. But he just mixes you up really awkwardly and in disgusting ways, and it's so hard to do anything about. Anyway, we might be seeing a twin drive Kazan or 1-2 punch heavy impact specialized training Kazan, also known as you're done. You're done.
Oh my god.
Get off my field.
Yeah.
Penalty box awaits.
There is a big pickup here. We do see the Stagger Swagger and Twin Drives, which I think are going to make a difference, especially in such a high damage game. The Twin Drives, especially on Aimi from that eject button goalie, is going to put out a lot more pressure onto the side of Malone. And if Malone already had difficulty dealing with Calamity Queen and Alpha Me, there's going to be a third forward now in this net that will be there to blow things like the Cosmic Expanse and the Astral Projection. As already, look at the damage coming out. Not the one to pick up the 1-2 punch, but Doxy already feeling quite a bit of pain. And right now, Calamity Queen's going to be taking some of it back right now, barely able to be saved at the midfield line or at the goalie line by Malone. Now, one blink gone from Alpha Me. Gets a nice clear top side, though. The Luna boost and not going to reach its mark, but it doesn't even matter. Alpha Me with a nice little Giga Blast. It's going to send it right past two members of Animal Style Munchie Me and get the first point in the set.
Right, and I'm saying these two characters, Kai and Kazan, are just mowing in the core control department right now, which is crazy since we're talking about Kazan, but I think Matu just has so much more damage than Calamity Queen, so they're just playing to score, and it's really working. If you watch, Doxy has just been kind of permanently stuck on her side of the field trying to get anything done because the core is just always there. Always trying to defend away from it. And oh my god, they're eating Matu alive right now.
Yeah, and that being said, a little bit of Matu, who unfortunately has jumped into his own demise. A little bit unfortunate, but Malone with a really
crazy
save. Almost able to dig it out, but that's that twin drive Aimi there. Aimi being able to correct me there on the spelling as the actual character has shown up to play. With the twin drives, like I said, that third forward in the net, making things so hard for Malone to get those really deep clears, you know, those really huge digs that Atlas is known for. And already we're going to see one barrier go down here, potentially two to follow, but Calamity Queen right now is forced to use his cooldowns to just get a little bit of damage out. Oh, and a good strike board win from Alpha Me on the flip means that there is going to be a ton of pressure on Malone yet again, but it is going to be cleared out away, and now Matu with a very nice strike on the closed umbrella, able to get one goalie barrier, but it's answered in kind. Oh, and Calamity Queen caught out with the rocket means that this is going to be a 2v3 for a second. This is an opportunity for Animal Style Munchie Meal to score. Giga Blast doesn't connect, and that's going to make it all too easy for Doxy with that nice little Luna dash, getting that first point in the set going in and doing a nice little celebratory dance with Matu.
Yeah, the drive-by, Luna's flying in, catching that goal. And we actually, We saw a really cool adaptation, I think, from Animal Style Munchie Meal that we're seeing right now, and it's that Malone is just playing not in his box. He's just pushing up, which means that Doxy is free to play on the midfield line a little bit more. And they're just putting on so much more pressure now.
Yeah,
They're no longer just getting chunked in the corner by Kai Kazan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a really good observation to make. And it's especially smart too. I mean, considering how these Kazans want to play, they want to be in your face with you just sweating inside the goalie net, right? Getting that damage where you have nowhere to run, and it looks like Calamity Queen's already adopting, instead of focusing on Malone at all, it's gonna be Doxy the one actually saying, like, you know, like, if you want to free up your midfielder, we're just gonna kill your midfielder instead and make that point moot. And now it looks like that damage is transferring over to Matu, who has to blow his core flip in order to just stay alive, and it might not mean anything in just a minute. It looks like IME and Alpha Me are currently on the hunt right now. Flip comes out from IME. It's gonna be saved away by Doxy and Malone, but Calamity Queen 3 is there. A good strike almost sends it in, but it's going to be blocked away for now. Mix-up shot to the top side of the net, not going to find anything either, and now we are going to see an offensive play come out from Doxy and Matu. That being said, Alpha Me is already there to defend, and that little bit of extra help means that now we're going to have a power play come back in this final point of set. Now, Crater Maker comes out, just finds a little bit of damage on Alpha Me, but there's a good amount of stalling going, but no! Calamity Queen 3 with a really good striker win, critical, getting into the top side of the net and taking a good second set for the side of the Chikara Cheetos.
Yeah, just an absolutely brutal last point where Animal Style Munchie Meal was spending the entire time on defense, and that's Calamity Queen looking to pick up a perfect form. And you know, Matu's Kazan build is absolutely threatening, specialized heavy impact 1-2, but one perfect form is enough to rival that. And that's insane. That's brutal to deal with. The things are, we see Happy Star falling to Doxy. You know, more Luna nukes.
Yeah.
Always good. Demolitionist on Alpha Me. Big. Me when I barrage for a barrier and then get my barrage. Almost get my entire barrage back. So I can barrage for another barrier.
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
that's a double
Look
barrier.
Look at the cooldowns on this guy.
They're all back, and Atlas's cooldown is long as well.
Yet.
Yeah, he's using it. Not able to get a goal from it, but able to pump a little bit of damage down on Doxy and Mod 2. Calamity Queen, though, trying to find anything. Nothing found so far, and we do see open nets for both teams now. IME trying to find a little pressure, and nothing found so far. That third forward in the net. Oh my God, he's there again with a twin drive, but again, it's going to be denied away. But Calamity Queen is there, blocking the pass, looking invisible until just the right moment, and gets a critical strike. And again, a bit of a deja vu on that last point as well. And going back to that draft, you know what I actually really would have liked to see IME pick? You already have the dash increase from Super Surge. You already have all the projectile range you ever need. I mean, look at that turret with the missile propulsion. I don't think Aerials actually does a lot here. I would have really liked to see you pick up a prize fighter in that situation, actually. Yeah,
real and true.
It's such a damage-heavy game. You're going to be using some of that for damage support. I mean, you would have gotten 3 stacks already, as we see both forwards from the side. Oh no, and an unfortunate eject. He was past the midfield line, so he can't eject back. That's going to be one down. Coreful blown with Calamity. Malone not able to react in time, though. So a little bit of a blunder. A little bit of a blunder means that one flip is going to go down for the side of Chikara Cheetos, but they're still 2 up, 1 point away from taking the game. So that's still a good spot overall.
And here, Animal Style Munchie Meal is just fighting for their lives here, both in the game and in terms of their health bars. It's the oh my God, Alpha Me is dead. The pressure that Chikara Cheetos has been putting on has been so vicious, so difficult to deal with. But like Animal Style Munchie Meal got a KO, and you know how Chikara Cheetos responded? A KO of their own. And Matu is not looking too hot either right now. Just they're everywhere. They're in their walls, fighting, and it's so difficult to deal with. There goes Matu, and that's a goal. IME jump scare.
IME jump scare. IME jump scare. Twin. I mean, it was just so difficult. The damage. From the 2 forwards, I mean, the Spectrating, the Demolitionist, even on top of that, and the third forward in the net. I mean, Malone only has so many cooldowns. The Cosmic Expanse could only do so much, and yeah, I guess just the overwhelming damage coming out from the side of Chikara Cheetos. It was a slaughter. I mean, look look at these numbers. That was an 11 KO game in 16 minutes. I mean, 28k damage from Calamity Queen, pumping out over 1,000 damage a minute. Pretty sure it was over 1,000. Yeah, him and the other Kazan, the only ones breaking the 1k damage a minute. But I mean, no slouches in damage from Alpha Me and Doxy as well. I mean, 12k on the Kai. Actually almost matching a Luna in terms of just damage. But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, that was just the game plan. I mean, look at the redirect difference, honestly, between the Kazans here, right? A tale of two Kazans, right? Same amount of goals, but 30 more redirects from the side of Matu, but 6k less damage. And I think when it comes down to it, they played the comp correctly. I mean, when Kazan is redirecting, Kazan is not playing his game, right? If he wants to be in front of the enemy's nets, mixing up with hook or just outright killing him. And that's what we saw a lot from that game, from both Kazans. But in the end of the day, Calamity Queen probably was the one that piloted better, made the better macro decisions, and I think that made the difference here. I mean, especially as well, right? The midfield pressure coming out from IME was absurd as well. The twin drive missile propulsion from this goalie basically meant that he was there anywhere at any time, and it's just so hard to deal with any of that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Animal Style Munchie Meal was forced on the defensive so much that once they had the core, they shift into full core control, go and score mode, and playing a damage comp and having that mentality is really hard to deal with because you're just down core control tools. Like Luna midfield, honestly not terrible core control department. You have a projectile that's more than that. Hey, that's good. That's really good. But Luna succeeds in doing 1 million damage and killing people, and Kazan succeeds at doing 1 million damage and killing people. And so when you're focused on trying to get goals into 3 members, it's not bad. It can be done, but it's a lot harder than playing to your comp's strength of KO them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not sure what game we have next, but just speaking about, I think the kind of rippling effects of that game, I believe Chikara Cheetos will be looking good now, sitting at a 3-1 record, actually. One of them, of course, being a DQ from before against the Tank Brigade. But the Platinum taking a victory, a 3-2 victory over the Platinum Horde, and a 3-1 victory over Animal Style Munchie Meal. Puts them in a pretty good position. As a reminder of the format, these are 6 team groups. There are going to be 4 of them, but only 2 teams are going to be making it out of group stage here. So pretty much every win counts when you have 5 games. If you want that really nice record to guarantee your spot, you don't want to go to those head-to-head to the game count tiebreakers because you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave your fate up to the mathematics of start.gg essentially. So yeah, we'll see what we could do. I mean, looking at the bracket scores right now, it does look like Chikara Cheetos has, I believe, the second nicest. I believe the second nicest looking set record right now, 10-6, I believe. But I think the best one sitting right now, with 1 game less, admittedly, the Chikarami with 9-2, taking a 3-0 game and a 3-0 game against, 2 3-0 games against the Platinum Horde and Chikara Clinkers. So just looking at that, just a brief look over this group, group number 3. It does look like Chikarami will be moving on to next week, but still trying to wait for an update of what game we're going to get next. So we're going to take a quick look over here, over at the other groups. We're going to be looking at Group 1 really quickly, which is, wow, looking at this is a crazy, this is a back and forth group. Pretty much every single team, just to put it in perspective, the team with the best record set-wise is 4 Big Guys, who's 8-7. That's the best score in this bracket right now.
You have a lot of big guys.
Yeah, big guys. Winton from Overwatch, 6-2 right now, so theoretically could go better depending on how the next game goes. With the weakest team right now being, I believe, Seraphim Crimson, who's sitting at 5-8, which is still respectable. They have a victory to their name. So Group 1, actually, a pretty competitive group to watch. It could be anyone's game here depending on how the next few games go. So really, if one upset happens, the entire group could basically be in a scramble for who's going to make it out. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch. Moving on to Group 2, though, let's see what their score is going to be. This is the one where Pucko in unfortunately had DQ for the day, so they're sitting at the bottom at 0-15. But the team that's looking the nicest right now, I believe, is Asher's Big Barriers with 11 set wins, 6 set losses in their final game right now. They've picked, they're currently 3-1, one of them, of course, being Pucko and DQ, so technically 2-1 right now, taking a 3-1 victory over Seraphim Oxblood, I believe, which did we see that earlier? I can't remember. I'm mixing up the games. And taking a game off of Chikara Ichizu, 3-2 as well. So they're going to be. They lost the game though to the Magical Meeps, who themselves have been looking really good. Currently 3-0 on the day. Of course, one of those wins again being one of those DQs. So also kind of a pretty close thing. I would say that first place does seem to be going over to Magical Meeps, depending on how their game against Chikara Ichizu go. If that goes well, they're pretty much guaranteed their way out of groups, I'm pretty sure. But second place, definitely contest. I mean, there's a lot of scrappers out here. We've got a 6-6 team in Chikara Ichizu, and an 8-8 team with Chikara Oxblood. Or sorry, oh my god, I've done the cardinal sin. Seraphim Oxblood. I've mixed up.
No, no.
Oh no! Oh no! You know what? I'm casting for. I'm casting for. I'm update from production. It's over. I'm
It's over. Period.
Oh yeah, I'm casting for these guys tomorrow, for Seraphim tomorrow. In the X Games. You know what? They might bring it up. We'll see. But that's gonna round out Group 2. Again, Magical Meeps looking pretty good to make it out. Depending if they have a clean win against Chikara Ichizu, if that goes well for them, they're basically guaranteed to go out of groups. But the second place team to make it out is pretty much up in the air. Let's go to Group 4 because I believe the last thing we saw was Group 3. It's the first thing I talked about. Looks like Chikara X currently is 3-0. They are the team in the lead, sitting at a 9-3 scoreline. All of their victories were 3-1 set count. So far, they've beat their Chikara Fire, Chikara Pandas, and Cat means Uwu. So they're going to be sitting pretty right now. But going to the 2-1 teams, Deets Nuts and Chikara Fire, sitting at 6-4 and a 7-4 set score respectively. I think it's right, yeah, because okay, so Deets Nuts, yeah, having one less because they went 0-3 against Nameless, whereas Chikara Fire went 1-3 against Chikara X. So that set might make the difference here for the second place, but I would not count out the 1 and 2 teams who are sitting at 5-6 and 3-6 respectively. But it looks like Chikara Pandas are struggling, sitting out at the 2-9 set line, having not won a game yet. So we'll see. But enough chatting. Actually, we're in game, and it's gonna. This is gonna be. Oh God. I'm not
Seraphim Crimson versus the
Okay.
Chads.
It is Seraphim Crimson. Okay, versus the Chads, and yeah, Chad Dudesky, probably my personal favorite name, in this entire competition. So, we'll see how this goes out. Though, of course, Seraphim Crimson, not someone to overlook lightly. They looked really good in their qualification series, and they'll be looking to repeat that here on the night market.
On the night market. And hey, I want to take a trip to the night market and tell you that we're looking at Era X Vice, which is
Whoa.
first of all, Era X on night market, bone chilling. I've never seen anything so bold and brave before. Oh, just kidding. X has been banned. The entire composition. Era Centauro. And kind of a similar thing. Doesn't quite pilot the same. Kai Centauro though goes pretty hard.
Whoa.
Are we gonna see a Vice? We are locked in. Chad Dudesky, I believe a Vice player. Like first and foremost, I don't think we've seen a lot of Chad Dudesky's Vice on the broadcast before, but here it is before our very eyes. And on the enemy team, that's Estelle Mako Era. I believe Mako goalie, Estelle Era forward, which is... no, Estelle goalie. My bad. Sorry, I was having thoughts.
Well,
My mistake.
Actually, an interesting pickup here. This is a vicious Vambrace Era. I guess kind of expecting... I mean, Spectrating, Siphoning Wand. I mean, Spectrating not super crazy on Zentaro, but it's still Zentaro. A lot of damage. You're going to be running into a lot of damage, especially with a Vice, so... Definitely not awful. It's not an open map where Slick Kicks has their full power, but that being said, I personally think Slick Kicks or Mag Souls is like a must-take. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll pay off though, as we are getting a little bit of night market ping-ponging back and forth right now, as Nice clear out from Yugo to I Love Dog Girls means that Chad Dudski's going to be able to one in the defensive, but Zenith is there, which means that Peter M and Zenith actually able to get a nice little double barrier play. Now the flip comes out, opening the goals up for both teams, and ooh, almost scored by Peter M, but it's going to go wide, unfortunately. Now the Maelstrom is there. I Love Dog Girls trying to score a goal, pass to Malachi. Oh my god, I don't know the people that I'm working with.
Yeah, Seraphim loves you right now.
Seraphim, oh yeah, Seraphim absolutely loves me, as right now Malachi is going to be taking a lot of damage. No dodge to work with either.
Yourself.
It's Malachi. I was right. Okay, I was right the first time. Yeah, Sai is yelling at me right now. It's awful. And Malachi
Oh, no.
trying to make me look goofy right now, as they are the ones that get the first goal of the game.
Yeah, hit it in here. And if I'm gonna take a moment to, you know, do my job and talk about team compositions, I'm gonna get a little mean. I'm gonna get a little evil, and say I think Seraphim Crimson's team comp makes me want to barf. I don't believe in Mako forward at all. I think it's way better in the goalie position or even midfield. Even that's kind of iffy.
Really, I think midfield is Mako's worst role. I think that there's some like oaking plays you can do with the special, and the secondary is more useful if you're oaking, because it looks like your team is going to be the one touching the core more often between your goalie and your midfielder, on top of the just kind of innate scoring pressure that it has before as well. But you don't have the same damage pressure as you do on Asher or X. But it's not even going to matter right now, as a nice little dribble off the top side of the night market allows Malachi to get a nice little bottom pocket, and that's going to be a quick 2-0 lead on the set for the side of Seraphim.
Yeah. Malachi just pulling off a nice dribble play, doing the passive strike into strike down in the bottom corner, looking really good. And hey, if we're gonna keep talking about Seraphim Crimson, that's an Estelle goalie. Hi crew. I think it probably, like, it works on Auten City. I don't know where else it works. I can't figure it out. And then the final nail in the coffin for me is Vambrace Era. Like you said, I like the idea of Vambrace Era because you just, with the changes, you can now just do a lot of damage or get a lot of healing off your dribbles. Anyway, beautiful core flip. I don't want to ignore that. I think Night Market speed is so important. Slick Kicks is really good. And I think despite ripping on Seraphim Crimson for their terrible, no good, very bad team comp, they are playing really well. I think succeeding. But that is also a Vice Zentaro set 1 for the set of the Chads, and a little bit of scaling is required, I think.
Yeah. We're going to see what appears to be like a primetime deny. That being said, when you have a siphoning wand, even if you are looking to do a damage, it's not the end of the world if you space your cooldowns correctly to just make sure the siphoning wand keeps applying on people. That being said, it was mostly a deny from the Era with primetime, a little bit of disgusting character with just how much she could end up CCing you. But that being said, it looks like for now it is going to be, I think, probably a victory for the side in terms of draft for the side of Seraphim. That extra special on Malachi is going to look great. It's going to be really great. And I think that with like the special on Mako provides so much pressure. It makes the core so hard to predict at times as well, that just having that on kickoff on a lower cooldown generally is going to make such a world of difference in these scoring attempts, especially when you just basically say, I'm locking this core in a cage, it's not going anywhere, you're losing. And that being said, it's going to be used here in the midfield line, which means it won't be available for the scoring attempt. Now Chad Dudski with a pretty easy clear on the bottom side. Now Zenith with the barrage. Almost going to be saved. It is going to be saved by Yugo, but at the cost of their life. Now it's going to be I Love Dog Girls on the offensive against the forward combination of Peter M and Zenith. Right now, Malachi able to stall very well with Mako's secondary, allowing time for Yugo to come up. But the play does not end just quite yet. The Supernova is there to block off the top side clear. The bottom side clear, though, is eventually found. Now, Maelstrom comes out, lets the core go downfield a little bit, and that's one goalie barrier. And there's the cage. Comes down, that's 2. But Peter M not able to find the core with a Super Surge Centauro, or I believe a Was that a Super Surge Zentaro? No, it's just the regular Zentaro. Flip comes out from I Love Dog Girl. It's going to be saved away at the goalie line by Chad Dudski. Now, Malachi not finding the flip that they want. Zenith's going to be the one stagger, not able to play their game. Good passing play from Peter M and Chad Dudski. Not able to find the goal, though. That's right now, Chad Dudski trying to keep the core upfield for his team, but Master Malachi with nice Strike War wins against Zenith means that it's going to be another point for the side of Seraphim Crimson.
Yeah, this game has really felt like Master Malachi strike warring everyone, just in every situation. And honestly, I feel like all of Seraphim Crimson are just winning a lot of important strike wars. Just mechanicsing a little bit better. It's super impressive to see, but really, hey, Peter M get in there. won one strike war, I believe, against I Love Dog Girls, but unfortunately, Yugo standing behind means that and they have 2 goalies. You can't strike war 2 goalies.
Yeah.
And strike war 1.
Yeah, it is. And especially in 2 lanes as well, where you can't, like, it's really hard to play around. You're actually going to try to find places like that where the Supernova from Chad Dudski just makes it so that Yugo can't play for a little bit. Has to worry about their life for a while, though. Eventually going to find that orb. They're going to be healed up again. Now the flip comes out from Chad Dubski. Nice pass to Peter M. Is going to be intercepted by the Crystal Thorns. Now I Love Dog Girls wins that strike war in the midfield. Master Malachi now up again. Not able to get that goal, as it is going to be sent downfield one more time. Now Peter M and Chad Dudski are there, and yeah, Chad Dudski with the Vice, able to get that nice little interception on the clear on the top side, and now the goal streak of Seraphim Crimson is broken.
Right, and honestly, that whole point was a Chad Dudski sweep, if I've ever seen one. Man held his one barrier till the end of time, pulled off an amazing Vice ult that staggered their goalie and pushed them to the midfield line, forced them to stay on the corner for a while, and then just popped in, power corded the goal. Chad Dudski living up to the name. And now we're seeing Seraphim Crimson just have 2 goalies and down a player. So up now they have 2 midfielders. Shocking. Giving their character choice.
We are going to be seeing here, this is a Vice and Zentaro who can get that damage, who, that Vice has the specialized training and a chrono boost, mind you, which allows for that longer stun duration for a bigger charge. So there are a lot of times where Chad Dudski really can just catch you off guard and take you out with a nice little Supernova, which we saw a lot of damage come out there, but unfortunately it's going to be at the cost of his own barrier, and there it is. Peter M not able to actually find the core, instead focusing that damage on Malachi means that a slow core's going to slip in, and all of a sudden we have a 2-0 set lead for the Seraphim team. Seraphim Crimson. Right. Not that I forgot. I just stuck with all the words. I can't. After this try slip up, I have to be clear about that. That was not a slip up. Okay.
That is past the last era, business as usual. But if Vice picks up heavy impact, which Chad Dudski does, oh yeah, there's a chance. And Hotshot on Zenith is also exceptional, getting so many cooldowns off these barrages. And whoa, team player going to Peter M. Just Broken Awakening, but Peter M was looking for more passing plays, the forward position. On the other side, though, Master Malachi picked up Demolitionist, so perhaps we'll be a little large and a little cooled off after getting all these barriers. But you never know. I think the Hotshot on Zenith and Heavy Impact on Chad Dudski are really going to make a big difference. And I think if they start focusing damage more often, they might be able to really just get to work on chipping down Seraphim Crimson here.
Yeah, and we are going to see an open net for the side of Seraphim Crimson. Actually, Peter M, it looks like, with that team player, is transitioning over to a midfielder role, and it looks like it's making the world of difference, actually. Zenith creating that so much pressure in the enemy net that Yugo, even with Flim, not able to find the clear, and now, despite a 2-0 set disadvantage, the first point is going to go over to the side of the Chads.
Yeah, we are looking at a primetime team player Zentaro, speccing fully into the core control and getting in the midfield, and like you said, looking good doing it. They got a point. Things are going well, and with the Kai forward with Hotshot again, me when I barrage the barrier and then get Barrage back soon after is really good.
Yeah.
But on the other side, things are looking a little dangerous for the Chad's defense. Master Malachi staggered though, looking to get it in, trying their best. Fortunately, just not quite able to make it, and is just getting chunked by both this Vice and Zentaro.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that extra damage, that pressure is making a lot of a difference right now. I mean, not only are you going to be in a bit of a 2v3 situation like this all the time, but Malachi can't play their game as Oki. You can't stand in front of Chad Dudski, but whoa, a flip from Dog Girls, had the opportunity to score. I'm not going to find it. Whoa, almost had a night market moment. That bounce of the terrain looked really dangerous, but in the end, it is the Chads pulling away from that power play. Zenith now looks like they are stepping up. Peter M with that midfield role, able to get more dimers going, and Chad Dudski with that heavy impacts. I mean, just putting out all the damage pressure that honestly the Chads need right now against the side of Seraphim Crimson.
Right, that's what I'm saying, and we're looking at a Chad set 3 surge, and I believe last time we saw them on broadcast, they did the same thing. With the set 3 hit, and they just like locked in, figured it out, and that was an insane Giga Blast. Just speccing it entirely into core speed, trying to get it in. Unfortunately, not quite there, but the Chads are playing to win right now, playing viciously, and Seraphim Crimson looking a little distraught. Master Malachi waving the core flip, and oh my god, you go down.
Yeah, and he got stunned, and he couldn't even evade the chrono boost.
You go in the box now. Peter M has a flip, puts it in just like that. Oh my god, the Chads are so back.
Chads are absolutely back. I mean, so much damage and so much scoring pressure. I mean, from that barrage and the hot shot just being the difference, and Chad Dudski basically being a one-man destruction show, and that's a perfect form Zentaro.
Perfect form Zentaro. The faithful have been rewarded, and this guy is cooled down. He is going to be hitting a lot, and it makes you wonder if they want to transition Peter M back to the forward position or to keep just tearing it up in the midfield.
Yeah, and a build different goes over the side of Chad Dudski. The extra size is going to be nice for winning those critical strike wars against Malachi, who I believe has one size training of his own. So that might make the difference now. They're on equal footing yet again. Of course, the prize fighter not falling to anyone, which I think is a little bit surprising, especially with how kill heavy the side of the Chad's comp is right now. But whoa! The one training that we weren't talking about, the Monumentalist, looks like making a monumental difference, as it is going to find goalie beggars and a KO'd goalie now open net for the side of the Chads. Malachi sitting there in position waiting for the core, but he doesn't have a lot to work with on the side of survivability, but it might not even matter. I Love Dog Girls is there with a flip, and Chad Dudski not able to read it with a supernova or the strike, and now 2 points away from the reverse sweep dream being denied by Seraphim Crimson.
Yeah. And just ripping that core flip right in front of the net, and hey, that's a pretty nice place to have a core flip, and just letting it go right after Chad Dudski lets his ult off. Oh, incredibly hard situation to deal with.
Yeah.
But Master Malachi once again getting chipped away, and Zenith is just getting these barriers. Again, Kai players when Barrage works, it's where's the core?
Yeah, and that is one down for the side of the Chads, but it is an open net for the side of Seraphim Crimson, which, oh no, Malachi not able to convert off of the flip, which means Zenith has an opportunity to score here. Got to get read by the Rose Warp of Yuga, and unfortunately a misclear from Chad Dudski means that it's going to be an open net for both, and oh, it almost went in, but it's going to be safe the way the Supernova goes wide, and oh my gosh! Chad Dudski with a crazy save. Barely able to save it again.
Oh my god.
Forced to blow the core flip. Oh, that's almost in. No, it's going to be blocked away by Yugo. This core is going back and forth. Chad Dudski there to intercept the clear on the top side as we get into overtime here. That Zenith and Peter M have an opportunity here. It's going to be blocked away one time by Yugo. Can it be done again? No. Zenith is able to find it. I Love Dog Girls in the animation of the Shrink Ray, not able to save it in time, and the set is tied up.
Yeah, what an insane point. Both Chad Dudski and Yugo just making these crazy saves. And really, I don't know, Zenith was just able to capitalize on these situations with the help of Peter M. And Chad Dudski popping in with that Chrono Boost extra dash range. showing up to help out a little bit.
Oh!
Oh my god, and the dimer from Zenith, never forgetting his midfield roots, gets it to Peter M, who puts it in. And the Chads are just sweeping right now.
Yeah, the Chads are looking very good, hoping to bring it to a set 5, and honestly a critical game. Both of these teams, whoever loses this is going to be at best 2-3 and probably will find themselves being eliminated from the finale on the first day. But so being a reverse sweep right now is going to be huge. Now Yugo is going to be staggered, is looking dire. Peter M is on the hunt. I mean, look at him. His eyes see nothing but red right now, and blood of Seraphim Crimson is going to be found with a nice little secondary from Chad Dudesky. Now we are here set 5 for Chikara Chads and Seraphim Crimson. Chikara Chads, it's not Chikara, it's just Chads.
The rivalry never dies.
I ruined the moment,
Seraphim
guys.
Crimson blood has been spilled by the Chads.
I ruined the moment. Whatever. It's set 5 point. It's set 5. A critical moment for both of these teams. Whoever wins this will have a fighting chance, and whoever loses this will probably be facing the elimination from the finale, as Super Surge makes his way down all the way to Peter M. Double size though does go to the way of Malachi, which will make a difference. I bet the aerials as well going to be good, but I don't know. That Super Surge Centauro, we now have a Super Surge perfect form Centauro in our midst. With Chad Dudesky was already putting down a World of Hurt, we're gonna see a World of Pain now coming from Chad Dudesky, or from Peter M as well. But that being said, 1 goalie barrier down for both teams. I Love Dog Girls trying to make it 2, but barely saved away by Chad Dudesky's strike. But that size on Malachi is just so big, and Peter M flies a little bit too close to the sun. Unfortunately, the surge was a little bit too super, and no, the supernova demon angles Chad Dudesky's own net, and that's going to be a really interesting first point going the way of Seraphim Crimson.
Yeah, a lot just happened before my eyes. The students, take notes. First of all, I really, really think Yugo should have denied that Super Surge. Took Deadeye instead. Not bad, but hey, Super Surge Centauro might be doing a little bit of damage with 3 of his moves. Oh no! The Tornado.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but Chad Dudesky holding this 1 barrier now. Peter M trying to get the core through. Fortunately, having a little bit of trouble into I Love Dog Girls. But Master Malachi is looking a little low. And Chad Dudesky misses the core flip. Just barely. The Ghost of Kaz visits us once more. I miss him every day. But now Zenith looking to put it in right now. Master Malachi dying. Just suffering absolutely. Peter M on his trail looking to follow. Has a little bit of stagger. Regenerating. But it might not be enough if Peter M is able to get a nice combo with this core flip. Oh, core flip for damage. As Zenith is wiped away by the Maelstrom once more. Tornado Alley claims another victim, and Master Malachi just barely misses the strike. Chad Dudesky is holding and looking for an opportunity actually to get in there. Get forward, doesn't... Oh, takes it.
Oh!
Comes back.
Dudesky at the line! Oh no! No,
Just get the strike.
It just wasn't good enough. Yeah, 1 point away from Seraphim Crimson from taking it, and it looked like they almost had it there. I mean, the Ghost of Kaz visited us. It was so close at so many occasions, but unfortunately, just tiny mistakes. Not finding the KO on Malachi, not finding the goal with Chad Dudesky's flip, and with that, we're just around 1 point away from a critical win for Crimson. That's going to be 1 going down. Can it be made 2? No. Right now, Zenith, though, with a barrage, is going to force that flip away. Malachi, though, waiting for the core patiently, waiting to open up the net. Yugo not able to find the save as well, and a whiffed flip from I Love Dog Girls means that Chad Dudesky is going to be the one on pitch now with the flip. Gonna have to use it defensively here. Elects not to use it, actually. Really ballsy, I'd say. But that means that he might have to use it here defensively. Yep, there it goes. Able to clear it barely on the bottom side now. Zenith trying to find core possession, but he's going to be staggered with no evade, and Malachi is in front of the net with a flip. Can the timing go on?
No longer in front of the net.
No! Around the world, it comes right back at the side of the Chads, and even though it was a 2v3 power play, the Chads, unfortunately, 1 crucial blunder is probably going to cost them their finale lives, as Seraphim Crimson is the one limping away from that victory.
Night Market moment.
Oh yeah, night market moment claims the hopes and dreams of an entire team right there. I mean, that was that was a crazy demon own goal. Oh my god, that was that was insane.
Just such a brutal way to end after mounting such a brilliant comeback. You hate to see it, but I don't know. Consolation prize will not make them feel better, but they did absolutely own Master Malachi in that last second. And I think that's that's something special. But again, unfortunately, such an important game that both teams fought to win, and Seraphim Crimson just edges out on top.
Yeah, and yeah, things are going to be looking bad if you are the Chikara Chads. You're sitting at 1-3. You do have a head-to-head potentially to win if that's the case, but or sorry, not a head-to-head game, but you are advantage in the head-to-head if it somehow victory does come down to you. But oof, that is the fate. Their fate is now out of their hands, which is super duper unfortunate. And yeah, the finale gives and the finale takes. But on the flip side of that, Seraphim Crimson is gonna be living away from that. And I think they have now a potential. The fate is in their hands. If they win their next game, they're gonna be sitting nice at 3-2, which means that they'll have an opportunity to potentially win the tiebreakers in terms of like things like set count in the head-to-head. So they now have one game to win. And we are now going into our final game of the group stages. Just a quick update on what's going on in Group A, which is the group that we just watched. We saw Crimson, Seraphim Crimson versus the Chads, who Seraphim Crimson now sitting at 2-2, and the Chads sitting at 1-3 now. But at the top of the group, I believe we have Winton from Overwatch, I believe, sitting second place, 2-1 right now, and I don't know this acronym. Everyone loves Duvu is going to be the one sitting at the top of the group, currently 3-1 and looking pretty. If they win their next game, they're basically guaranteed to make it out of the groups. Moving on to Group B, Asher's Big Barrier is going to be second place, 4-1 score, rounding out their run. And the Magical Meeps right now are also 4-0. And honestly, that group looks sealed away. Every other team is at 2 wins or worse, which means that even if they win their next game, they cannot qualify. So I believe Group B is completely locked out. Magical Meeps and Asher's Big Barriers will be moving on to day 2. Over in Group C, Chikara Cheetos and Chikarmi are going to be sitting at the top side, but their victory is not as certain with a 3-0 and a 3-1 score line. Chikara Clinkers is hot at their heels with a 3-2 set line. I believe if Chikara Cheetos actually lose their next game, I believe Clinkers might win the head-to-head and actually take that spot, but we'll see as their game ends up wrapping up. And in Group D, I believe we have Chikara Fire, and I believe it's going to be Chikara X who are leading on top of that with a 4-0 and a 3-1 stat line as well. So things are shaping out as we get into the final game. Potential upsets still can happen, but we are seeing what day 2 of the Osas finale is going to be looking like.
I agree.
Yeah, that's super cool, isn't it?
I would never zone out on cast. That would be stupid and unprofessional, I think.
Yeah.
All those words that you said, I'm right there with you.
Oh yeah, I talk a lot. I do a bit of chatting. Hey, that's why I got that 94 score on the Alpha tier list, rounding out the top 10. Going into this game, we are going to be seeing Cat Means Uwu and I believe another Chikara team. I'm trying to find the thing. I'm trying to find the cheat sheet. Yo, the cheat sheet is not updated. Yo, okay, update for production. Yo.
I've also been looking at the cheat sheet, and it has not been updated since either of us got on broadcast. So I stopped looking at the cheat sheet.
Yo, production. Yo,
Production's telling us that we were
Yo.
supposed to update the cheat sheet, and I just woke up. I don't know where I am right now. Oh no,
what?
Brickbat's supposed to
for
update
production.
the cheat
It's my
sheet.
responsibility. Hello? No.
Oh no.
Okay. I know on stream it looks like I'm boxing with shadows verbally right now, but listen, I'm being grilled by Sile live right now. Yo, okay. To be fair, it is kind of my fault. I should know these teams. Yeah, it's gonna be Cat Means Uwu versus Chikara Fire here. Let me go. Yeah, I'm just doing research on stream. Whatever, it's fine. I'll do it. I'm embarrassing. I'm updating the cheat sheet
And we do
right
it
now.
live. Hey,
Oh yeah,
update that
right
cheat sheet.
now.
Let's
Oh
go.
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay, Team 1 has been updated, and Team 2. Okay.
Oh, I just closed the cheat sheet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm noob. Noob
All right,
live.
it's fine. Hey, it's fine.
It's back.
Hold on. Looking at the groups right now, it looks like both of these teams. Oh yeah, so Chikara Fire 3-1 right now. Cat Means Uwu sitting at 1-3. So their run's gonna come to an end no matter the results of this game, but they have an opportunity to make Chikara Fire sweat a little as Deeds Nuts, if they win their next game, will probably be tied up with Chikara Fire with, I believe, no head-to-head advantage for either team. So, or wait, what? How's there no head-to-head advantage for either team? Wait, you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna let Sayanachi deal with that one. I'm not gonna think about it. We are getting in a game here. I've been doing nothing but spreading misinformation all day.
Yeah.
It's super
go.
great. You know, hey. Okay, update from production. Chikara Fire does have the head-to-head win, so things are looking good for them. But we are going to see.
And they have the Amy ban on Night Market.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Big.
Absolutely. And
Cat Means Uwu has banned X, so no Era X. It will not be happening. Now goalie is getting locked in. Whoa. Naga Strike TTV, known for playing Rune goalie. Maybe not the best on this map, but has opted in for Now goalie instead. And the enemy team has an Octavia. Guys, this is the state of Omega Strikers, and we need to tell Odyssey Interactive that these two characters need to go right now. Right now. Everyone, gather your pitchforks, your torches, whatever you can grab. It's time to move out. It's time to make our stand. And we're looking at a quick strike. Prize fighter start. As effective as possible. Why are you picking Octavia on a prize fighter start?
It's fine.
Whoa.
I mean, the quick strikes is probably going to be pretty nice. I mean, 5 out of the 6 people
really
did
good.
go quick strikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one not taking it is going to be the Ostini on that Pummeler's Juliet, who can rack up the KOs. I mean,
hey, you press dash punch, and that's way better than a quick strike.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are going to see one goalie barrier go down though for Chikara Fire right now as Pato Means Wave trying to move their way up, but the Great Ostini is going to find one, going to find two with the dash punch right now, and Flame Flurry does come out. Doesn't find anything quite yet, but Pato Means Wave is going to be her, and now that's one prize fighter stack for the Great Ostini. Corey does go back over to Naga Strike, which means this play is delayed a little bit, giving some time for Pato to come back up, but defense is actually valiant from the side of Cat Means Uwu, as now Glue Eater is going to be finding the second one with a nice little flip. Now Pato Means Wave is back, but it's almost going to go in the hands of the Great Ostini. Oh, and Pato Means Wave with an excellent base drop, basically denying every single clear angle that Naga Strike could have made, and that's the first point going over to Cat Means Uwu.
Yeah, wow. Just, base dropped all over them. And, hey, it's time for me to own up to my mistakes. Maybe Octavia is actually epic. It just pulled off an insane pick. Although, looking at the team comp, that's Octavia Estelle.
Oh my god!
Which is, a little iffy because the enemy team has a Juliet who just did that. Oh, and almost got a third prize fighter stack. You have to wonder, I think, oh my god, Great Ostini is as his one god strongest strike war. And I think Cat Means Uwu might have a little bit of trouble getting these barriers with the two forwards they're employing. And really, it's only... they have to, I think, exploit the weaknesses of Now goalie if they want to be getting barriers.
Yeah, I think that like as well, like with the prize fighter stacked up by Austini, things are gonna be really hard. I mean, he basically, oh my gosh,
Yeah, wow.
winning strike war after strike war. The prize fighter stack's not even needed, as it's just gonna be a quick goal done by the great Austini. But I wanted to talk about it really quickly as well. Just I mean, like we saw the play on their first play from side of Jakar Fire. If X was doing that play, both of us would be shouting X lore basically of like the insane plays that the great Austini was pulling off. I mean, so much damage, so much, like, winning so many strike wars, and I mean, yeah, there's so much pressure. Glue Eater, like, literally birding evasion without seeing the dash punch, because I would be scared. I would be scared of this Julia as well. Just nothing but blood in her eyes right now, as the great Austini able to get core control right now. And oh no, the mail through the dash punch. It's gonna mean that, yeah, third prize fighter stack is gonna be found, and those prize fighter stacks might disappear in just a second because the set's gonna be over. Naga Strike TTV with a nice little flip, sending it right in, and Glue Eater Uwu can only watch as the first set goes the way of Jakar Fire.
Yeah, absolutely brutal. And now we're into draft. We've got Knife's Edge, 1-2 punch, Demolitionist, all things that Julie is rubbing her hands deviously for. Opts from the Demolitionist decides, I've got enough damage already. Just give me more cooldowns. And honestly, I agree with that. Castle Last Falling 2 era, not something that Estelle really wants to take, other than fully for a deny. Picks Fighter Flight instead, backing into that speed a little bit more. Fighter Flight Quick Strike's also just an incredible combo. You strike more often, get 15% speed every time you do it. You know, crazy. And Pato means Wave, sparking it up, grabbing that Spark of Resilience, which honestly might be their win condition. Is just get a bunch of stagger onto Octavia now.
Oh.
You'll never die. And we have a DC. Bye-bye, I. A?
All right. Yeah.
I.
And wait.
And
Oh.
snap back to reality.
Oh yeah, they're back.
And we're back.
Are we back? This standing still. They're trying.
I think we're back. I think
Okay,
everyone else. Oh, we're not. Great Austini is as ripped.
Hold on.
The
The timeout.
The Asher timeout.
Wait, what's? Hey. Well, we're gonna be sitting here for a bit.
Well, hey. Yeah.
Maybe we're having
Bad
a
news.
bit of a
Something
bit of a
terrible is
server
going
moment.
on.
Oh no. Oh, movement. Okay, they're back. We're back. We're back.
And we're all back.
Oh yeah, back into action. No problem.
Back in action.
Back to where we were. Great Austini almost sent off, but it's not going to matter right now as they do get an advantage anyways. Glue Eater finding that one goalie barrier now. The Great Austini looking for that dash punch probably against Pato, but not going to find it. The core flip does go off, but unfortunately all it's going to mean is one lost goalie barrier now. Naga Strike TTV able to clear it on the top side, not able to find anything just yet. Wow, an excellent strike shot from Catloaf defending that final barrier, as now Glue Eater Uwu has a scoring opportunity, has the core flip if it could just get to him in a good position, but for now he's going to have to rotate over to defend. Now nothing found so far. Pato means Wave dropping the base drop, but still not finding anything. Glue Eater Uwu has the flip and Naga Strike TTV. The now secondary not quite quick enough. And that's the first point of the set, going over to Cat Means Uwu.
Yep, I believe, their first goal since the first goal they scored, which was the first goal of the game. I try saying that 5 times fast. And now, Cat Means Uwu might be trying to make something happen here, although shades of the first set, Chikara Fire is just kind of running away with this point, and might be doing the same twice more.
Yeah.
Hey, Cat Means Uwu really have to find something or anything to get back into this game, because I think they're just having a lot of trouble getting through the enemy team right now.
And yeah, it's just looking so dominant from the side of Chikara Fire. I mean, proving why they're in that second place position right now. Basically any sort of opportunity created by like a misposition or something like that. I mean, just instantly capitalized on. I mean, look at that, the Great Austini.
Oh my god!
Honestly, Julie lore coming out. This guy is not playing X, but he's certainly looking like it. Just getting in the face of Catloaf and just making the side of Cat Means Uwu just sweating constantly. I mean, these, oh, guys, I died again. A died again.
I died again.
Oh, it doesn't even matter.
Oh, speaking of died,
Pato died again.
Fighting.
Oh, they're back. Oh, they're back.
Oh.
Hey, they went to check their. Oh.
Oh, they are not
Yeah.
back. I have bad news.
They're somewhere, but it's being played out anyways.
Moonwalking.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely moonwalking as right now they like to continue playing right now. Paddle Means Wave's gonna get a nice little goal, tying up the set, and well, this is just
taking a
unfortunate.
journey.
It looks like the cat side of Cat Means we were going to take pictures at such a marvel. Unfortunately, we're gonna be waiting for a little bit again. Ice back? Nope. Oh.
Nope.
Oh. Yeah, boing. The rubber band sending them right back. Oh, they're stuck. Oh. Hey.
Oh, stuck in what could only be referred to as the connection glue. Just put them there, but they struck. Signs of life. The communication from beyond.
Hold on, I'm busting out the internet Ouija board for this one. Oh, and the Ouija board says we're back. We're back. Oh yeah,
we're so back.
We are so back as now we are in the final point of the set. 2-2. Cat Means Uwu. Looking to clear it up in a nice little maelstrom, actually. It's going to lead into a KO by the Great Ostini now in this power play. As a Flame Flurry gets one. Healed again by now. I is once again dead. As Pato Means Wave now able to get a bottom side barrier. Catloaf trying to get it clear for now in what appears to be a power play created by Ai's internet. Or by A's internet as we are going into overtime here. Gigablast comes out, but it's only going to lead to an unfortunate own barrier. The Great Ostini has all the cooldowns here. Can opt to use it. The core just needs to come to him one more time, and there it is. Oh no! No dash, just a punch. And that means that Catloaf holds on for a little bit longer. We're in overtime again. The Octavia is trying to get some of that flow state going, but nothing found right now. And no! The bounce, the ricochet from the core speed means that it's going to go right by the Great Ostini and Catloaf, and that's going to be an interesting final goal of the set. Now a 2-0 lead for Chikara Fire, and we'll see what they're going to be drafting up.
Yep, I was looking to get the chrono boost. maybe boost their connection speeds a little bit. And team player is picked up by Naga Strike, which is really, really big. I think as long as Ai's internet doesn't go out, they will be able to farm these team player bounces from the goal box up to the enemy side of the field. We see Great Ostini picking up a big fish, which means that's a double-sized Julie. We can just farm even more KOs. Again, says, I don't need any more damage. Just get me the kills. And Super Surge going to Octavia means she's just going to be going way faster. Question is, will it be fast enough to get around the entire enemy team and survive?
Yeah, and I mean, if the Great Ostini is anything to look at, I mean, double sized and a prize fighter with a puns, I mean, that's going to be definitely easier said than done. Is already the Great Ostini, I mean, has the shark, the shark glove, looking like a shark right now for these opportunities to just hunt down the members of Cat Means Uwu. Of course, being a small mammal, there's only so much they could do against such a play. And there it is, a dash punch coming out for the Great Ostini, taking the first point of the set. And yeah, 2 points away from Chikara Fire, closing this one out handedly.
Yeah, looking to finish this out. And I agree. I think a land shark would defeat a cat. But I think if it was like a great cat, it would be close.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's something like 252 attack Garchomp versus 0 defense Glimeo, guaranteed Oko, and speaking of Okos, one flip is all it takes to field goal it right between the midfielder and goalie of Chikara Fire. Pato Means Wave getting a nice little goal there, evening up the set and showing signs of life for his team despite this 2-0 advantage. Cat Means Uwu has looked really good, and wow, that was one dash punch, taking out half of the spark of resilience HP bar of Pato Means Wave, and we'll see if that can convert into anything though. The flow state not going to find anything, which means that Octavia is going to be struggling a little bit. A good barrage from Catloaf means that they're going to save one barrier, but it just goes down again. The Flame Flurry is going to make it 2 very, very easily, and now Great Ostini again has the dash punch from the Demolitionist. The cooldowns are there, and that's 1 point away from Chikara Fire taking their last point of the group stage.
Yeah, if ever there was a moment to say Juliet lore, that was it. Dropped an ult right in front of the barrier, struck it in, got the barrier, and then dribbled off the bumper and dash punched it in. Never before seen tech. And, we're going to see it again.
Oh, yeah, we are.
A little bit more. Hey, there it is. Oh, not quite getting the barrier, though.
A good save!
Getting a KO on the goalie. Hey, once more, Juliet lore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no!
What an
Now
unfortunate
mine.
secondary. But and even though that was an own goal, I want to draw our attention to the crazy save that Catloaf made. Even though it cost him his life, he actually evaded the Juliet dash punch and got the correct strike timing to save the core beyond the dash punch, which kept that game that goal in play, and now allows Cat Means Uwu to maybe get the first set. Things are looking good now. Open net for the side of Chikara Fire. Dash punch KO not found by the Great Ostini, and now that's going to be one goalie barrier going down for them, though. Catloaf, unfortunately, only able to save one. Shrink Ray comes out into death by the Great Ostini. No dash punch, though. It does have the Flame Flurry, but it's not going to find anything just quite yet. The base drop is there, and the strike were not found by the Great Ostini, which means that we're buying a little bit more time for Glue Eater to come back. Almost finds the snipe, actually, and whoa!
Oh,
Night Market angle off the flip, unfortunately, means that we're going to have an open net for both teams, but it does look like there is an opportunity here for the side of Cat Means Uwu. Now, I and Naga Run are trying to find it, able to hold it down for now, but a good strike shot from Catloaf keeps the offensive play going, but oh no!
Oh,
The Great
Ostini
Ostini only needs one! A strike war win from basically the midfield line into a dash punch that hits Catloaf is going to close it out. Chikara Fire is going to end 4-1 out of groups, I believe, securing their spot in second place and joining their fellow Chikara X team, making it out of Group D.
Yeah, wow. Wow. 86 redirects from Great Ostini, lowest in the game. But as it turns out, that's all you need. 7 KOs.
Hey, Julie Lore.
Julie Lore, write that down.
But yeah,
7 goals, too. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, excellent play. I mean, the Great Ostini was absolutely well-deserved MVP. The game knew as well. I mean, absolutely put on a clinic on that Juliet. Found a KO every time it was needed. Found the dash punch in the goal so many times. Aided by that Demolitionist. And basically, yeah, just... Honestly, we saw in the earlier sets as well, absolutely just making 1v3 plays basically against the side of Cat Means Uwu, who unfortunately will be taking an exit from the finale here on the first week. But shout out to them, honestly. Looked really good. Gluter, Uwu, and Catloaf and Pato Means Wave absolutely looked great. Some amazing plays from all three of them in their final game of this season of Osas. So honestly, props to them. Hope to see him in the next season. Cat Means Uwu. It's certainly not going down without a fight, despite the scoreline, what the scoreline showed. It definitely was much closer than the 3-0 would tell you.
Yeah, absolutely. Put on great performance. But yeah, the Great Ostini was down a teammate and just solo carrying the game. Incredible. I do not believe all the games have been played out, but break that. What's the status so far? Plus it down.
Well, looking at the stat line right now, I believe we see the final game of Group D just finished up. So that means that Chikara X and Chikara Fire will be finding themselves in Week 2 of the finale. Chikara Cheeto and Chikarmi still waiting for that final game to be completed, I believe. I believe they're the final match actually happening, unless there's something else running. But regardless, the only team that could potentially match them is Chikara Clinkers, who, if the Chikara Cheetos, oh my god, say that 5 times fast, end up losing their game, might go down to the head-to-head, so we'll see how that turns out. The Meeps, again, looking pretty already at the 4-0. Basically, I think they're guaranteed to get out of groups, also basically looking good on the head-to-head as well, and Asher's Big Berry is also at 4-1, so basically no matter what happens, it looks like that Group B is basically locked away. I believe the Magical Meeps and Asher's Big Berries will be the ones in Week 2 of the finale. And on the other side, everyone loves Dubus, and 4 big guys are the ones rounding up the top 2 with a 3-1 lead, which means that Winton from Overwatch and Seraphim Crimson, it's the C's, it's the C's, it's the C's, it's getting me. I'm sorry, Seraphim, but you have a C name. It's just good.
Don't
Cheetos,
say they have a C name. That's mean.
I mean, they've got the Chikara Cheetos, Chikara Clickers. It's like so easy. It just comes off the tongue.
Right.
I mean, if you heard Chikara Crimson,
I would believe it.
I would believe it too. Yeah, exactly. I'd believe it. Well, obviously I believe it. I've been the one making a mistake. But
I would also believe Seraphim Fire. Fire's red.
That is true. Seraphim Fire Red or Fire Truck Red or and I think they're
Fire Truck Red.
Yeah, I think their entrance into the Doobie Cup, one of their teams is like Kit Kat wrapper red or something like that.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, definitely my favorite color. But Seraphim Crimson and Winton from Overwatch are the only ones that could potentially usurp a spot if they win their next games, though. Depends on that. So Group A is the one most in contention right now. I mentioned that earlier, but it's still in contention right now as we wait for the final games to conclude. But I'm not too sure if we're gonna be on cast long enough to read out the results. I don't know. Can we any updates from productions? Thoughts? Are we just chilling out here?
Thoughts?
Yo, update from
Matchup,
production.
you ever check Discord?
Oh, whoa, yo, jump scare. We're doing one more game.
Woo!
Whoa.
It literally
That's
says we are doing
crazy.
one more.
Hey,
Whoa!
that is
Information
so
conveyed.
crazy. That's awesome. That's super cool. I always love watching more games. And let's see. Okay.
I'm here to game.
Oh yeah, we're here to game. Okay, hold on. Bring it up. I'm looking at the start GG. Hold on, let me find the game notes.
Yep. While he
Yeah.
does that, I'm here to propose a question to the chat. Would you rather... Hold on, sorry, I'll compose myself. Would you rather lose both your arms or both your legs? Sound off in the comments below.
Why would you ask that? I mean, actually, I would lose both my legs. I would personally.
I'd lose my legs, very
100%.
clearly.
Yo, need these arms for gaming. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Okay, there
I'm
we go.
14, and this is epic.
I got the game. Chikara Cheetos versus Chikarmi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is this a tiebreaker match? Wait, this can't be a tiebreaker.
Ooh.
Wait. Yo, production thoughts?
That would be interesting.
Oh wait, this is just the final group stage. Okay, cool. Update for production, just a regular game.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing a little bit of a Chikara Civil War going on here.
like Batman and Superman.
Oh yeah, like Batman and Superman, and that
Civil War.
yeah, like that one Avengers movie. I think was it?
Yeah, Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, that was it. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, Civil War.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the one.
Yep, that was it. There are no other Civil Wars that have ever existed.
Quick chat, don't get mad. I know what DC is. I promise.
Yeah. Okay, so it is gonna be a Chikara Civil War. Hold on, let me yo, I need to bring up.
Yeah, duel to the death, honestly.
I'm gonna be real. I'm so bad at reading Star GG. Hold on. Okay, Chikarmi sitting 4-0 right now. This is their last game, and Chikara Cheetos sitting 3-1. So yeah, Chikarmi basically guaranteed to get out of groups, no matter what happens, I think. And I believe Chikara Cheetos is in contention. I believe, yeah, if they lose, if they have to win one set. If Chikara Cheetos win one set, I think they win in terms of set score, which. Oh, never. I'm just off it today, guys. Update for production. It comes down to the head-to-head. The set scores don't matter. That's what I say it is. Okay, I'm just. You know what?
Misinformation bat is a top 3 brick bat for me.
Oh, I've just been lying. You know, I've been saying nothing but misinformation all day. This is so sad. Yo, it's fine. I just need to do the play-by-play. Saya will guide me through the light of production.
The information will get out there, and it will be true. One of these times, hey, if you just keep saying things, and here's my secret, one of them will eventually be correct.
That is true.
And then it was planned from the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. 2 + 2 = 4. Thoughts? It'll happen. Small
The recovery has already begun.
I have to take him. Speaking of truths, though, it is true that all 6 players are here in the lobby, so we are going to be starting.
Whoa.
Oh, and it looks like
Oh
we're
my
gonna
God.
actually. Yeah,
We're going to the app.
we're going into the IB's MF application, as
Take a
this is
trip to
not a map we
vote on
have
your
seen in a
phones.
while. Yeah. Very
Yeah,
excited to see
and
this. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while.
it's been a while.
Yeah, and you know what? There are 3 Rasmus icons that I see here on the right side. I believe from the side of what is it, Chikarmi? I think. Yeah, from the side of
Yeah.
Chikarmi. So you know what? Maybe there's a little bit of advantage. We'll see. We'll see if anyone of them actually do end up playing Rasmus. But of course, Calamity Queen and Alpha Me, and Aimi
And
looking
Alpha
good
Mate,
earlier.
also a
Yeah.
Rasmus player. We might see the opt into the mirror. We might be going straight back to the roots of Rasmus Julie, and then they ban something for fun like Octavia.
Yeah,
But
it's the good old days, I'm sure.
I'm sure we might be going to a solved game. We see Chikara Cheeto's ban Finny. It all comes down to whether Chikarmi wants to opt into either of those 2 picks, Rasmus or Julie. And they ban Julie. No Julie, but the Rasmus mirror is on the table. Fully on board. And we see Rasmus Kazan, which might be a force to contest Rasmus Julie, I think.
Yeah, and Kazan obviously more damage than Julie, but doesn't have the same like jump scare KO pressure with the dash punch.
Instant death spell.
Yeah, but still obviously not a bad pickup. Yeah, it looks like we are going to see the Rasmus mirror. Probably going to be an Aimi goalie mirror as well. As well as Aimi and Yachi both like that Aimi goalie quite a bit, I believe, as we are loading in the game, and it looks. I'm trying to hit tab. I'm failing
Oh
to
no,
hit tab.
that's Soulless Scythe
Whoa.
on the Yachi, whose
Yeah,
Finny
the
was
Eject
banned,
Kai.
pulling up on Eject Kai. And yeah, we're looking at Spark of Strength, Timeless Start. So we're seeing a couple Sparkers in the building. Rasmus Kazan, both getting it, and Kai and other Rasmus. Wow.
Yeah. And we're seeing a little bit of. Oh my god! What a crazy save!
I'm attack. Into instant death.
Into death.
Hey, and I'm a good instant death spellcaster.
Also true. And there it
Whoa.
is. Hey, the first fish caught. Put it on the table. It's tuna tonight for spring rolls. That's one yoink. And I think one big difference, though, that I think we'll see the effects of, whether positively or negatively, is the crossover, or the slit kicks for spring rolls and the pummelers for Alpha Me, which means that that's going to be a bigger hook range for Alpha Me to get more yoinks, essentially.
Right, and 30% speed after a yoink, but Calamity Queen just pokes it in, Kazan special. Not the special, like the move, I mean, just Kazan technique. And gets level 2 off of that, which means the Kazan special is now actually on board.
Yeah, and now the calm before the storm, which already saw 2 deaths, I believe, is now over. And when the calm before the storm is 2 KOs, I think you're going to be in for a treat, as already we're going to see a really quick goal. Aimi, unfortunately, just taking gats to the face from that timeless Aimi turret. And that's going to lead into a really quick second goal for the side of Chikarmi.
Yeah, and very interesting that the Razmai are matching each other here, because obviously they're both the ones who hook, and a close hook there. Spring Roll's just barely missing it. The Spring Roll's probably having to hook up. There it goes. Yep. But not being able to, not taking pummelers, not having that pummeler speed, and staggered, suffering. And Calamity Queen playing for the core right now, trying to get it forward, but hooks Spring Rolls into the abyss. And there it goes. And Alpha Me now getting the pummeler speed, not hooking anyone at all, but just benefiting from their gear here. Big day.
Really good dig for the side of Chikarmi here, as Yachi actually able to hold it down with the assistance of I believe Soulless Scythe, and that's gonna mean it's gonna be a really nice victory for Spring Rolls here, taking the first set. And if we see an extra specialized, there it is, extra specialized. Also denies the Kazan as well, a very abyss while denying abyss, which is absolutely crazy. In any sort of draft here. It does look like we do have some spark covers, though, that could fall all the way down should someone not elect to take them. So a bit of a consolation prize of putting in. Oh no, it's going to be denied by Yachi, who now has 2 sparks of his own. Basically nothing. for Alpha Me, unfortunately, in this draft. And now we're going to see a huge draft advantage, I believe, for the side of Chikarmi.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh, the Razmai are now matching each other as Alpha Me and Calamity Queen is swap. And yeah, big hook.
Yeah, and just as we
Swept away.
say, Caster's Curse a little bit. Alpha Me has to evade to protect his life there, and that's going to be a goalie barrier down for the side of Chikarmi. Alpha Me in the right place
God.
at the right time, gets a nice little bottom pocket as Spring Rolls comes up. And despite a kind of disastrous draft, potentially, it's going to be looking good as the first point goes over to the side of Chikara Cheetos.
Yeah, I mean, Yachi rocking double spark, which is just strong on every character in the game ever. Spring Rolls with the specialized training, and Fight or Flight on Soulless Scythe. Also just a good pickup. It's really hard to combat what Chikarmi is putting out here, but we see Chikara Cheetos with the first point and the barrier advantage right now. And things are looking up. The swap that they made off kickoff, as well as maybe some minor adjustments. Whoa!
Oh,
Might be huge, and that's pummeling speed for Alpha Me. And
that's the yoink.
A classy yoink into poke, true combo, putting it in. And Chikara Cheetos are just running away with it. Soulless Scythe fan club in the chat might be a little bit in shambles after such a BIS draft for their team.
Wait, is this? There is this. Wow, there's this. That's crazy.
There is.
I had to go check that very quickly, but yeah, I think that things are looking good for the side of Chikara Cheetos, and yeah, already, wow, a quick goal and a quick set against Chikarmi is going to be meaning that despite we were just talking about it, spec trading was looking really good. It might not even matter, and if there's an extra special here,
a nice edge, which procs on the center walls.
Yeah,
means nice edges
looks really good.
Yeah, is getting picked up. It will be active almost all the time, and you get 40 free power for your hook. That's insane to deal with.
Wow. Okay. Update for this actually. Okay. Update for production. Yeah, this match does have actually some pretty crazy stakes. Achi has pointed out that if Chikara Cheetos wins this game, they are actually seed 1 going out of groups.
Whoa.
But if they lose, they're eliminated straight up because they don't have the head-to-head against the Clinkers. So this is actually completely do or die for this team.
Yeah, this is fight or be forgotten. And
yeah.
Hey, we saw last set they were simply playing better and winning more against the Giga Turbo BIS draft.
We saw a nice little glitch pop actually saving that goal from IME. Spring Roll's going to be staggered though. Might find his demise soon enough. Does, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. IME, no cooldowns unfortunately to find that bottom pocket shot, and now it looks like the side of Chikarmi is going to be pulling away again.
Yeah, taking the first goal, but as we've seen, anything is possible, and Calamity Queen picking up a primetime last draft, it means the hooks are just going to be up more often, means more damage coming out, but that timeless Monu IME turret coming out from Soulless Scythe is just a little bit too hard to deal with sometimes, especially for IME, the IME, who is playing IME. Does not have the same defensive tools to deal with it, and that's a yoink from Alpha Me. Kind of what they need right now if they want to get back in the set.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is no Chikara favoritism, as the team that would be eliminated if they win is another Chikara team. So it's just the tale of 3 Chikaras here.
Yeah, and
we're going to see a pull come out from Spring Rolls to try to get a cheeky little berry. Nothing found right now, and he might be the one yoinked away himself. No, it's actually going to hit the core instead, which means that Yachi's going to have to blow a flip. Right now, Spring Rolls with a good pendulum swing is going to open it up, and nice little slice and dice. Yeah, Whiplash is going to take the set for the side of Chikarmi. Now 1 set away from determining the fate of both fellow Chikara teams.
Yep, a not Rasmus getting MVP, and there's extra special. Just Giga Turbo BIS on IME. Probably going to pick that up. A great pick to deny the following IME in draft. Yep, and both Razmai. And we see the last 2 Sparks on board right now, which means Yachi unable to become the mayor, but probably going to pick one of them to stack up. Alpha Me picking size. Spring Rolls took Built Diff last time. Oh wait, no, just kidding. This is brain rot. Spring Rolls took Big Fish and is now double-sized Rasmus, which is such a threat. A little bit bigger to get hooked, but still hard to deal with. Alphamy taking another spark, now has 2. Nyachi electing for team player instead of that spark resilience. Really interesting.
Yeah, and I think that's really interesting against a Kazan Rasmus. But honestly, he hasn't been being KO'd that much.
Right.
Most of the damage has been going over to his 2 forwards, so...
And I mean, look at him.
Yeah, I mean...
Where did Calamity Queen go? Oh, who also picked up perfect form. Oh my god.
Yeah, as...
Hey, this is the set.
Yeah.
This is the set for Chikara Cheetos to come back. And Aimee doing their best to make it happen right now.
And
Flip not quite making it, but Spring Rolls is dying.
Yeah, Spring Rolls.
And Alphamy has
oh my god.
The nice edge hook. Oh my god. Consider yourself 1-2 punch. Calamity Queen puts it in with the open primary from Kazan.
Yeah, and you know, it's going back and forth. I mean, I believe that last set was just a quick 3-0, and all of a sudden it looks like the side of Chikara Cheetos is going to be the ones roaring back here with a nice little goal. It looks like Alphamy. Oh, gonna find a Yoink at the goalie! That's gonna be huge. Just now both sides, or sorry, the side of Chikarmi is gonna have to run back. The flip from Scythe is there, but it's not even gonna be found. Spring Rolls with an absolutely crazy save, but it's only gonna cost him his life. Spring Rolls has do or die with that flip. Unfortunately, it might mean death. No, it won't. As Yachi is now back, able to dodge the Yoink that time. Now the Firewall Sentry is out, able to stall a little bit more time for Spring Rolls to come back, and oh, a dangerous but nice clear from Yachi is going to keep the core in play. Now Aimee does have that flip, has to blow it. The clear top side is not going to be read perfectly by Soulless Scythe, and no, another Yoink comes out. Whoa, what just happened? The slow core
challenge
in!
Failed. Oh my god.
Yeah,
sent up
now, all of a sudden
by
it's
Calamity
2-0.
Queen. And now it's 2-0. Yeah, just... It's hard to blame anyone for missing their abilities in such a tense situation. Alphamy almost putting it in. Oh my god. Spring Rolls. I didn't see what happened. Just had to take a moment. Oh, and a big hook coming out from Alphamy.
Yeah.
Quite catching it. And Yachi taking the Kazan damage right now. And, you know, might be regretting the Spark Resilience not getting picked up here. Because, oh, Soulless Scythe now taking it, and oh my god. Bloodbath doesn't begin to describe what's happening. His Calamity Queen is now dying, and oh my god, the turret has just conveyor belted the core straight to the goal. And Chikarmi has taken a point of their own this set and might be trying to seal it out right now. 2 away from winning the game. And knocking out Chikara Cheetos. Oh! Hey. Oh my god. Guys, knockback week.
Yo, honestly, I'm getting like a Ratatouille moment. This is the Omega Strikers Aimee's app that we know and love. Oh,
this is the Omega Strikers from my childhood, and Aimee jumping in with that Aerial's dash. Aerial's twin drive. So it might have been a second dash. Leaps in, kicks it in, and seals out the set. And now, fellas, we've got some awakenings on the board. Super Surge falling to Aimee. Might be just getting more damage, more range on that dash. I'm looking at Demolitionist. Would love to see it get picked up by Calamity Queen, or even anyone. Alphamy. But, oh, Calamity Queen taking Prize Fighter, which is actually so real and true. Demolitionist, yeah, falling to Alphamy. And Soulless Scythe and Spring Rolls elected for Egoist and Hotshot respectively. Hotshot on Rasmus being incredible. Just more cooldowns, more ability to work with the core and send it at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Oh, but it doesn't matter if the enemy double yoinks!
Oh yeah, it's Yoink City right now.
This is the Ratatouille moment. I'm having it.
Yeah,
oh my god.
That's the Rasmus Beer we know and love in Omega Strikers. Right now, fly Yachi right now. Soulless Scythe there to pick up the defense, and that's going to be a goalie barrier going down. Spring Rolls and crew looking really, really good on this offense right now. But unfortunately, as I say, a Caster Curse Strike, we're going to see a KO and a goalie barrier going down. Yeah, Prize Fighter stack, very, very important for Calamity Queen here. Though as of right now, it's going to be cleared away. And oh, it's barely caught by Yachi! Raj is coming out, but it's not enough. The poke sends it in at Mach speed. And 1 point in this crucial set go the way of Chikara Cheetos.
Right, Calamity Queen sitting on 2 Prize Fighter stacks now. It just... hey, would love to see one more. It's time. But here, Alphamy looks like they're looking for fishing. Tried to kill Spring Rolls right there. And Calamity Queen is just doing a ton of damage to Spring Rolls. Almost died themselves, but gets that third stack. They're able to save the core from the barrier as
Gotcha.
Ivy was pushing forward.
Oh, Ivy!
Oh my god! But the hit stun from the core flip prevents them from doing anything. And they just have to watch the core drift in, just like that.
And we're 1 point away. Chikara Cheetos fighting for their elimination lives here, just 1 point away from securing their spot in day 2 and sending their fellow Chikara team home. Not the one on screen now, but the one off screen. As we are speaking of off screen, there goes one of the Rasmuses. Now Alpha B looking to continue the pressure. This Super Surge eject button Imi created, basically being a third forward in their own right, and now we see Spring Rolls is back. The Yoink not able to find anything. So much damage flying out. Soulless Scythe have their HP bar just gone instantly, and now Alpha Me trying to find a 1v2 play, but it's going to be defended away by Soulless Scythe and Yachi. Now it's going to be Spring Rolls, the one who's staggered, knocked away, yoinked around, going to be sent off the map again as the Yoink almost claims another, but now Alpha Me with the flip elects to blow up, but the pass is intercepted by Soulless Scythe. Now Yachi and Soulless having to survive 3 more seconds. They're not going to hold their goalie barrier, but it's going to be ricocheted back. Now another Yoink comes back. No! The Rasmus is down again! Now it's a 2v3. It's been a 2v3 for like the last minute now. Yachi Kichu not able to find the core. It's going to be in, and Alpha Me secure it. Chikara Cheetos is going to be moving on to day 2. Basically barely surviving the group stage, and they're going to be sending their fellow Chikara team home. Chikara Clinkers. Unfortunately, the fate was out of their hands, and they're going to be the ones to be going home on this day. But wow, if there was a game to show up Calamity Queen and Alpha Me, it was there. The Amy Zap Rasmus Mirror. I mean, look at that. I mean, average
11
Amy Zap game, honestly.
A 7.
Look at
oh
that.
My god.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Least KO-centric Amy Zap game, to be completely honest.
Yeah, they have played to the Imi Zap win condition. Calamity Queen had 54 redirects. Brings a tear to my eye, makes me proud. Kazan has been played to fullest effect. And that means Chikara Cheetos will be taking the first seed in day 2 here. Chikarmi, I believe, formerly going to have that spot, but losing to Chikara Cheetos, will now be relegated to 2nd seed. And Chikara Clinkers, who qualified in the last-minute qualifier, and just this Sunday, I believe, is now eliminated.
Yeah, wait.
07.
There's a wait, hold on. Platinum Horde is reporting their match from Achi. Guys, there might be a change. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay. We were correct. We were correct. Okay, all the stakes were correct. I did not lie to you.
Okay, update. The stakes weren't correct, but it doesn't matter. Misinformation bad added again.
That was a super intense game.
Oh yeah.
A
great game though.
Yeah. Excellently played by both Chikaras there. But that does round out our group stage. And yeah, now I can actually report the confirmed standings of all of the teams and who's gonna be showing up on week 2 of the Osas finale next week, same time. In Group A, Everyone Loves Dubu is gonna be 4-1 in first place, leaving that group. In second place, it was close. It could have been anyone, but it's going to be Seraphim Crimson winning the head-to-head and eking their way out in second place. Unfortunately, their 2 contemporary teams, four big guys, and Winton from Overwatch, unfortunately, will be taking their exit. 07 to Winton from Overwatch, especially. I know that this is going to be their last finale, so they've been here all 3 seasons. So hey. Much love to those guys. But that's going to round out for a Group A. Again, Everyone Loves Dubu and Seraphim Crimson will be the 2 teams from that group moving on. Going on to Group B, it's going to be the 2 teams that we were talking about before, the Magical Meeps, with a solid 5-0 lead, sweeping the entire group stage, is going to be the first place team coming out of that group, followed very closely by Asher's Big Barrier, who also had a dominant performance of their own. 4 wins, 1 loss, only dropping, of course, the Magical Meeps themselves, earning themselves that second place out of Group B. Moving on to Group C, Chikara Cheetos is actually, with that victory, is going to be securing their first spot, as now they have the head-to-head advantage against the Chikarmi, which means that with their 4-1 head-to-head victory, they're going to be the first seed leaving Group C, and of course Chikarmi, the other team that we just saw in that last game, is going to be the second place team leaving out of Group C. Unfortunately, the Platinum Horde and Chikara Clinkers are going to be the ones going home, despite their 3-2 performance, so 0-7 to them. Now moving on to Group D, Chikara X and Chikara Fire will be your first and second place team, respectively, making that out of the groups and into the next week of the Osas finale. So congratulations to them. So yeah, honestly, congratulations to all the teams that have made it out, and and an 0-7 to all the teams that did not. There was a lot of competition, and unfortunately, 16 teams had to go home. And shout out to all of them as well. Unfortunately, they did not make it out, but that means that they're still eligible, of course, assuming they did not hit Challenger, which I know some of them did. We see a lot of growth here in OSAS. But they are those that have not done it are eligible to play in the next season. But we have top 8 here. Again, everyone loves Dubu, Seraphim Crimson, Magical Meeps, Asher's Big Barriers, Chikara Cheetos, Chikarmi, Chikara Fire, and Chikara X will be the 8 teams moving on to the next week. That's 50% Chikara making it out. Wow. So yeah, I mean, they're the group to beat, I guess, going into week 2 of the Omega Strikers Invitational, Amateur Series Invitational.
Right. So yeah, once again, 8 teams have made it out. To the 16 teams that didn't, 0-7. Hope to see you back for Season 4. But until then, next week, we will be going into top 8. With these 8 teams, half of them being Chikara teams. Stay tuned for that. And I don't know how to do an outro, so break that. You.
If you want to see how this finale wraps up, or I'm sorry, not wraps up, but continues on in week 2, we are going to be entering a top 8 bracket, which is, I believe, going to be all best of 3. So if you want to see that coming up, check us out next week. But before then, check us out on Odyssey Interactive, which is going to be happening this weekend. Make sure to check up for that and see what's going on there, because that's going to be an amazing event. We're going to have we have so many signups for that already, so it's going to be a fantastic event to watch. So if you want to see more high-level Omega Strikers, stay tuned for that. But for now, congratulations to all the teams that have made it out, and 0-7 to all the teams that did not. You all had a fantastic showing. You all are here for a reason. You qualified and made it through, and for all of you, each of you who unfortunately cannot be participating next week, I want to thank you guys for showing up and making an excellent performance for all of us. But that's going to be it from me and Z Yoshi 64. Any parting words from my fellow co-caster here?
Parting I will do, as we are going away forever. But we hope to see you next week, where we'll be back ready to watch this top 8 of OSAS and Dubu Cup this weekend. On Odyssey Interactive stream, like Brickbat said. Go watch Dubu Cup. Yay! Okay,
Yay!
bye.
Also, wait, hold on. Okay, we just said goodbye, but okay, I'm dropping it. I'm dropping it right now.
Goodbye.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. Before. Okay. Chikara X and Chikara V, Chikara Cheetos and Chikara Fire. The way that the brackets shaped out, the way that the rolls happened, they're all facing each other in round 1. So we're gonna have a Chikara Civil War to start the next week, which I think is really cool. But anyways, other than that, quick segue. That was a really good outro. We're gonna be heading out in just a moment. So yeah, stay tuned for next week and this weekend for Dubu Cup and OSAS finale, respectively. Yeah, peace out. See you later, Strikers.
Bye, Strikers.